using the multifunctional extruder tool. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
Did you know you can purchase incredible jewellery featuring genuine gemstones on our sister channel Gems? Come along and see what treasures you can find.
I've been on the introduction to beadwork from JewelleryMaker, and the class was run by Linda, who I've watched on television many times. And always thought, well, I must go to that class because I've bought a lot of the jewellery, the lovely stones, but never ever sat down really and studied it. It's much easier when somebody explains what you've got to do. So I've made necklaces, I've made some lovely earrings, and it's good because we've got all the choice of beads stones we're able to use, and I've had a thoroughly good day. And of course I dragged my daughter along, who's kept me in tow, so it's open to all ages. It was super. We met a very good crowd.
The Collector's Choice features high-caliber gemstones which are prized for their outstanding attributes. They could be examples of rare gemstones, gemstones of pure clarity or exceptional quality. They're all hand-faceted by our experienced lapidarists in our cutting houses in the heart of Jaipur. This maximises the brilliance and lustre of the gemstones. The Collector's Choice from JewelleryMaker. If you miss a JewelleryMaker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of JewelleryMaker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with JewelleryMaker.
Good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Hello all, welcome to JewelleryMaker. It is lovely to see you all on this sunny Thursday. My name is Rebecca Redican, and if you've just been watching me for the last hour, you will have heard that I mentioned right at the very end of yesterday's show that I have a very special strand for you today. And I thought I'd start off this show just by giving you a little sneaky peek of it. This is, to me, unrivaled caliber of a strand. This to me is the type of strand that, honestly, when you get to own this, you'll never quite look at a strand in the same way. This, ladies and gentlemen, is exquisite quality Colombian emerald. Oh, the whispers that have been going around about this for so long. I am so over the moon to bring this to you. I truly, truly am. That's coming up for you at 11 o'clock-ish, 10 o'clock-ish, 10 o'clock-ish. Do stay where you are because it's only an hour or so to wait, and it's going to be worth it because this is the highest caliber, the most notable of all areas to get a very stunning gemstone. And speaking of a bit of a stunning gem, I'm joined by one today. Today I have got the gorgeous guest designer with me. Her name is Gemma.
Good morning.
Morning, Gem. How are you?
Yeah, good. I'm good. Nice to be here on a morning show.
Isn't it? It's lovely to have you. Yeah. I feel like you've come home.
I know. It was, getting up at 5 isn't really the best, but
you're still
nice.
looking fresh for it. You're looking fresh for it. you've been away actually. I mean, speaking of coming home, you've been on your jollies.
Yeah,
You've
had
been
2 holidays.
Feeling refreshed?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Ready and raring to go.
Yes.
And I am so excited because today is the first time I've ever been able to see felting. I've never seen it on a show. I've only seen the products that you've made with it previously and photographed. I've never actually done a felting show. So talk to us a little bit about that today. What is felting?
So felting is when you take wool and it's not spun, it's just ready and freshly dyed for you. So lovely rare colours, and you compress it almost by needling it with special needles to get fabrics, shapes. So we're going to do a bit of needle felting today to show you how to incorporate it into your general jewellery making.
Brilliant. And you can actually see a section in here, this almost stained glass window effect, but with fabric that's so soft against the skin. It's almost got a bit of a sort of, is it mohair or mofo? What's that called? Kind of look about it.
Mohair.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Very soft, very tactile. It's lovely. It's really lovely to work with.
So we're going to be bringing you everything you need to get started with this. And this medium is a pretty low cost medium actually, isn't it?
It is very, very low cost. And we've got some lovely new packs, which means it's even more affordable for everybody to get hold of. Yeah. So yeah, it's exciting, and the new colours as well. Lovely new colours.
Yeah. So even if you are brand new and you like I have never even seen felting before, you're in the right place today. And don't forget, if you've got any questions for the lovely Gem, just text us in. It's 60777 and start your text with the word JM Studio for us today. Do feel free to get in touch. Thank you, Laura Binding, Spellbinding. Spellbinding's trying to sneak in, mouthing things, but now I caught her. We've been filming a workshop this morning. Have a nice journey home. Go and have breakfast. And more coffee, probably for the best. Okie dokie. So we've got something for everybody today. Do you want me to start with a bit of an early bird? It's the right thing to do, isn't it? And I tell you what, I've got a real treat for you here. You know what I'm like. This is a brand new strand, by the way. You know exactly what I'm like. I like to be quite sort of straight and direct to the point, no messing about. And for me, I think we've seen loads of pearls of late, haven't we? I remember sort of about a year or so ago, you know, you wouldn't really see pearls that often, and then we had a massive influx, didn't we? And the great thing about that is you've got your hands on loads of different types of pearls, but I also think it's kind of good that you've all become a little bit of a connoisseur. And this, I would say, is definitely a strand for those pearl connoisseurs. Even if you've never worked with pearls before, when you see this, you're going to fall in love. But if you're a connoisseur, when you see this, and I say the word natural, you're going to be rushing to the phones. If you're a connoisseur and you understand the importance of natural coloured gemstones, then you are in the right place and you're already on the phone. You've picked up the phone, you're ringing 0800 644 655. You're getting onto the JewelleryMaker.com website or downloading that free app. Now there is a letter that's missing, and that it's P for pepper that's missing. It's EQD, P for pepper, 57 on these ones. Now, natural pearls, for those who maybe don't know, what's important about having a natural pearl? Okay, well, we colour a lot of our pearls. A lot of pearls are dyed. Even actually when you see white pearls, they can have had treatments upon them to make them look so beautifully pure and white. Mother Nature actually does come up with what we call a pearl palette, or a palette of colours. And this is essentially when she creates pearls naturally within the mollusk, when she makes it out of these layers and layers and layers of nacre building up and up and up over time, she can actually make a beautiful palette of colours. And in fact, I've got a little bit of a slide just to show you the kind of colour ranges that we can look at. And on that slide, before I show it to you, what I want to point out is you've actually got in this strand a lot of those colours in the colour palettes. You've even got the whiter tones, which are natural in occurrence, they haven't been bleached. You've also got things like the gentle kind of creamy colours as well in there, but also you've got the pinks. Take a look at this. Can you see how you've got a lot of those colours on there? You've got those darker, chocolatey almost colours. You've got the whites and the creams in there, but you've definitely got the light pinks. Now, on that slide that you're seeing right here, they're actually put in value order. So from the very, very bottom of the screen down here with things like the cream tones, those are generally the lower priced for a natural pearl. Obviously once you dye a pearl, it doesn't really matter, you can make it look how you want, but generally lowest price for a natural pearl will be this kind of creamy tone, the darker chocolatey tones. But then as we go up, we're getting rarer. As we go up further, we're getting rarer, and therefore we're getting more expensive, until right at the top you've got that light pink tone, which is generally seen as one of the most expensive of tones you can get, because that colour there is the rarest one that you can generally get your hands on, obviously different for each mollusk. But isn't it wonderful that I've got an absolute palette of each of those running through here? Now that means I've got versatility with this. Because it's not dyed, I'm getting none of that colour pooling. So if I hold this out for you, take a really good look at these, and also think to what you've got in your stash. If you've got any brightly coloured pearls, and when you look at those, is there pooling? So by colour pooling, I'm not sure if I've got any at the moment, but by colour pooling, what I mean is there's areas whereby, say it's a red pearl, it might be really quite nice, deep, rich red, but then it goes a little bit pinky, and then a deep red again. That's colour pooling. You don't get that on a natural pearl. Even though I'm turning this, you're not getting areas where, you know, on these really beautiful high-end pink ones, you're not getting areas where it is a darker pink to a lighter pink to a speckledy pink at all. And that is because this is absolutely natural strand. So that's a great thing about naturals as well. The other thing that's great is because you've got that pearl palette range, which again is what we refer to when we talk about the colours of pearl, we talk about a pearl palette. You've got diversity in this strand, because what I could do is I could quite easily knot in between each of these and just make myself a beautiful multicoloured necklace, say, because they have got really nice kind of tonal colour sections to them. But I could just as easily pick off all the pink ones if I wanted, or just the white ones, and use those in individual pieces. So it gives me serious diversity. Now I have to be honest, natural pearls are hard to come by. Mother Nature, you know Mother Nature, she doesn't always work in a perfect form or a perfect way, does she? Very rarely in Mother Nature will you see something that is identically symmetrical. We always talk about that, don't we? Even with things such as flowers, you know, it's rarely 6 petals, it's usually 5. It's all to do with, you know, keeping it unusual looking, and symmetry in Mother Nature isn't always the case. And the fact of the matter is that when Mother Nature creates a pearl in this mollusk, a lot of the time we can get many, many different things. We can get pits in colour, we can get dimples in colour, we can get ridges in pearls, we can actually get pearls in areas that almost look like they're speckled, almost pinpricks, because not all the time will that necra build up nicely formed and beautifully. And because of that, we often irradiate, we often heat, we often dye, we often bleach our pearls so that we have that nice beautiful back palette. In nature though, for a natural strand like this, it is so difficult and unusual to get a pearl that isn't pitted, that isn't all dinted, that hasn't got these miscolours and these kind of blemishes. It's so difficult, and because of that, obviously a natural pearl is a higher cost thing. You might think, well, surely if you're treating a pearl, then you're spending money on things like dye and bleach and irradiating it and locking it away and everything else. Well, yeah, you are, but because it's such a rarity to get a natural pearl, there is a price hike attached to it, much like you might imagine with, say, I don't know, a natural Colombian emerald to one that's natural and one that's been filled with a bit of glass. It's very, very similar. This today is about to take that last thing I've said about natural pearls being more expensive and just blow it out of the water. It is true what I've said, but apparently this strand doesn't know it, because this strand today for you, that is the lowest price strand of pearls we have at this moment in time. We've seen loads of different pearls recently. We've had £12, £13. We had a £40 one on not so long ago at £6.95. This is one of the most affordable pearls we've got. But guess what? It's smooth, it's natural, it's diverse because of its colour range. That is just astonishing. You know, I know the reason that we managed to get this price. This is one of those purchases that we made. This is one of those those purchases that we made, and I know I've mentioned this to you a few times before, but sometimes, in particular with pearls, what we'll do, because we've got such great connections, because you love pearls so much, we bring you a nice range. What we'll do is we'll go to a location and say, okay, just give us 500 different ones, you know, give us 100 of each, give us 5 different types, and then say, for example, just give us 200 of whatever. And then what we'll do is they'll give us a price for it, and we'll just average the price out over those 5 different strands of 500 worth, if that makes sense. So because we're just kind of averaging it out, save us going through each one and picking out, oh well, this is natural, let's heighten it up. We do it as fair as we can, we just even them out. We just even it out, we just make it straight, we just make it all even, and we just share out that cost basically, which is the only reason we've managed to get this at this price point. If we went to a place, or any other company went to a place and said, can I just have a multicoloured natural strand of pearls please, you would be paying that extra premium. But it's purely really because we're just doing this bulk buy offer and we're just kind of evening the price out overall. Get these whilst you can, and I tell you what, there are so many of you. The phones, my producer Dion just described it as are heaving, but don't worry, you've got an opportunity to get your hands on these. I've got 41 opportunities left approximately, and well done to everyone who's already got these. There's lots of multi-buyers out there. If you're brand spanking new to us today, oh, it's so nice to meet you. Hello everyone, my name's Becky. I'll be your presenter for this morning, and if you are brand spanking new to us and you want to get involved, even if, have you ever made jewellery before? If you haven't, that doesn't matter at all. Even if you're just a bit crafty, even if you just like, you know, making cards or furniture, even if you just love a bit of cooking, if you've got a bit of a creative flair, a bit of a creative feel, we're going to take you through step by step even how to make some pieces today. All you have to do to get involved is call that number at the bottom of your screen. It's free off your mobile and your home phone, 0800 644 655. Press option 1, and our call centre just down the road, we'll literally a couple of doors down, we'll help you set up an account and everything else. Becky, they look delicious, says Tanya. They do, don't they? These have almost sold out, $6.95. Well done, you connoisseurs. You've got yourself something special. Now, I've got a challenge for Gem now. And Gem, this as a kind of a group of colours seems quite up your street, am I right?
It is, yeah. They're hot colours. I love hot colours. I love reds, and you've got all varieties of red there. So I love them. And barrels. I love barrel shapes too.
Why?
So. I just find them quite versatile. I like. I just like them. They can make fans. They can do great ladder weave. They look great just strung in a necklace. They hang nicely. I just like them. Just like them a lot.
They're just really workable for you. These rice beads that are in the centre, these lovely barrel shapes, are your magnesite. Now again, for anyone new, you see all these speckles on it? Those speckles are caused by Mother Nature, these beautiful black kind of speckles. And we can refer to those in different ways. It kind of gives you a nice mottled look, and it means every single one is individual as the pieces you're going to be making. You've got 180 carats there, and it's a 12 by 8. I've also got that red quartzite round at the end here. So these ones are faceted. Again, for new people, because I know some people will be watching just to see felting for the first time today. When we talk about faceting, we're talking about these shapes that are etched onto the surface of a gemstone by skilled gemstone cutters that we like to call, well, that are called lapidarists. So it gives you this beautiful sparkle. Can you see that? Can you see how each one of these facets is beautifully created? You're not getting random size flashes of light, are you? Can you see how you're getting a nice even light flash? And that is exactly due to the kind of workmanship on this strand. And you have got in here a 10mm are these, so a nice focal bead for you there. I've then got your small nuggets as well that are at the end, and I've got to say, I adore this strand of red agate. You're getting all of these different depths. You're getting an area where there is a little bit of clarity, but you're getting ones that are totally opaque. You're getting those really rich kind of deep umber tones to this, almost amber-esque tones. In fact, if you do have a strand of amber, I think this would be complementing it absolutely sensationally. But with a nugget, what you get is you get this really nice organic shape, which we will all know is massively in fashion right now. And to get all these beautiful organic shapes that really will add interest and decor to your pieces. So I've got a really workable barrel, Gem's favourite, one of her favourite shapes to work with. I've got your highly faceted sparkling strand of your quartzite, and I've got that beautiful Mother Nature's finest organic in the agate. Your price point today for 3 strands is just £8.95 for you today. Now, if you are brand new and you're thinking, hang on, I don't understand this, these are genuine, real deal gemstones. These aren't fake, these aren't plastic, these aren't made in a factory. These are made by Mother Nature, made over, you know, centuries, thousands of years, sometimes millions, sometimes billions of years, certain gemstones. And the amazing thing is, we just cut out the middleman time and time again, which means that we're able to give you amazing prices like that. 3 strands of genuine gemstones for £8.95. And the wonderful thing about this as well is it is Gemma's challenge. So what we do is Gemma, our guest designer today, will be given these 3 strands, and she's going to create something for us to have a little look at by the end of the show to give you all who purchase this a little bit of inspiration. So Gem, what is your inspiration with these at the moment?
I don't know, immediately I'm thinking I want to do triangular shapes, angles and things like that. And I'm thinking tassels, so yeah, I've got something, shields and things like that, something started, so I'll see what evolves.
See what it goes on.
Yeah.
It's a really stunning collection. I've got multi-buyers on this. Ruby red, I don't think this the colour palette is something we see that often. Now I know you're talking about these beautiful rich red tones, and you said you gravitate towards warm colours.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? What is it about them?
I just think they're striking, eye-catching. They look great against the skin, and so especially summer months, you're thinking you've got more skin exposed, so you want them to, you know, you can see them, they're really clear. But then they'll cross over as well into autumn. You can put them with browns, or you can put them with blues to really make them vibrant, or you can tone them down and make them subtle. So yeah, reds especially.
Fab, isn't it?
I always gravitate towards them.
Yeah. So working out about £2.90 something a strand. Well done, everybody. And one thing I will say as well is, don't forget, we will take pictures of those later and we'll show them later what Gem's done. Another thing I will say is, if you are brand new today, is there much of a better day to join? We've got a medium straight from the beginning for people who've never tried it before, and we've got a tool kit section today as well. The Dremel's going to be in there. Really simple starter tools. If you've never even cut a piece of wire, we've got simple starter tools for you today to get you on and ready, raring, on your way. Maybe you've got the kids. Maybe you've got the kids on their half term, and absolutely great. We love it, but you're trying to entertain them. This sort of thing is going to be great for you and for them. So we're going on to next. Did you say lovely? Storage. Storage. It's an absolute essential, and I've only got 68 chances, which sounds like a lot, but trust me, it's not. I have got for you here your storage collection. So you've got your snap top open selection here with all of these individual compartments. You've got 8 compartments in there, and they're great for holding all your pieces in place. You can see they're not flinging open at all, which will keep all your pieces nicely in check. I've then got your open top box as well here. This one's really easy to work with. You just pop them down, and then look, double layers as well we've got here. So you've got the underneath layer with 4 big slots, which you can take out, so you can use a whole area if you want to. But then you do also have the top layer here, which has got the 3 individual spaces at the top and then the longest at the bottom. And then last but by no means least, I have your storage jars as well. Now these are so simple. All you do is you take the lid off and pop your piece in there, and then each one of these acts as it's interlocking into the next one. So it's not even separate pieces, they all come as one piece, and it's just a great one for things like your last minute beads, your last minute findings. You've not got many opportunities on this. Your storage is here, you've got to get it whilst you can. Your price point today for storage solution, £6.95. Now for a double layer box like this with these clasps, that would be a good price anyway.
It would. I mean, I pay more than that for lunch boxes.
Yeah.
Like that, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, it's a fantastic price. It is. And I think I've probably paid around the £5 mark-ish for the circular one.
Yeah.
With that, I put my jump rings and things in.
Yeah.
So yeah, brilliant value.
So it is great value for money, it really is. And what I will say is the quality is sensational. This, for example, is our grade 5 plastic, so it means we can keep things like our polymer clay in here. You can keep wire in here, fabric in here, felting in here. You can even keep your pieces that you finished in here if you wanted to, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. I find that one with the tray useful as a project box. So you can put your tools in the top for whichever project you're working in, all your beads and findings in the bottom, and you can take that with you. So if you're going on holiday or you're going on a journey,
great tip,
or even at your craft fairs, and you've got everything just in one place.
Yeah. And if you are thinking of starting your jewellery making today, like I say, I've got the gemstones, I've got the tools, I've got step-by-step tuition. If you are thinking of starting it today, storage is really important, honestly. Now, I am a very messy crafter, I'll be honest. I am a very messy crafter. And a lot of the time, I spend half of my time trying to find the things that I should just be able to lay my hands on to start a project or to finish off a project. Things like this are essential. It helps keep your creativity intact, it keeps you organised, and it means that you don't spend half of your time trying to look for something you've put somewhere else ridiculous. You know, when you put it in those safe places, I put it somewhere safe, which is somewhere you never remember. These are going to really help you out with that, and you've got lots of pieces there, so well done to you all who's got that, and great one for beginners. It's lovely to see you new people in today. Got for you now a bundle of stunning gems, and I say stunning because these are going to go with any skin tone. And we're talking earlier about having more skin on show at this time of year because it's warmer outside and we're all on holiday. These surely perfect.
They are. They're gorgeous. They're so classy, aren't they? Everybody should have a pair of nude shoes. Everybody should have a nude jewellery set, and that's you know, you should definitely have those.
Yeah, absolutely. It is one of those essentials, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think with tones like this, you get a subtle kind of edge, a subtle glamour without being over the top and too in your face, but you also get a really neutral back palette, don't you?
Yeah, they're just, it's perfect for that, for your neutral, as your neutrals.
Because I think with certain gemstones that are white, it's not so much with pearls, because with pearls we get pearlescence, but with certain gemstones that are white, although we say white is a neutral tone, which it is and it goes with a lot of things, I find white can be brash sometimes. It's quite an impactful colour, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be harsh, especially you know, especially when you're putting it with bolder colours.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that one, that is a neutral. That is actually, it is actually neutral.
Yes.
Because it's so subtle. It's such a subtle colour, and you can put it with pretty much anything.
Absolutely.
Right from aventurine to black agate, spinel, it will, and the reds and the blues. It goes with all sorts.
And it gives a really kind of classy look and effect.
Yeah.
Now, what I've got here for you is a beautiful array of gemstones that give us something really exciting to look at. So what I've got first off is the peach aventurine. Now, this is really exciting because we very, very, very rarely see peach aventurine. We see the greener variety often. Well, not even that often, but the peach variety is really rare for us to see, so it's gorgeous to have it on in such a workable shape and size. 6mm rounds are going to be perfect if you want to make rings, earrings, neckline pieces, cuffs, bracelets, bangles, headpieces, headdresses, tiaras, anything. A 6mm is going to be beautiful for. So 6mm rounds we have there. So that's beautiful because it's interesting to have a really unusual gem. But then I've got the other gems, I've got two other varieties of gems here that give us something oh so magical. I've got here for you sunstone. Now, the sunstone itself gives us something that we like to refer to as an adventurescence. It gives us this internal sparkle-like effect, which is just unlike any other. And in fact, if I may show you on this strand, just for new people who've maybe never worked with sunstone, when I hold this up, can you see all of those little speckles inside? Maybe if I move it a little bit more. When you actually get those home, it's easy to see in real life, but when you actually get those home, they're almost like an internal glitter. Now, don't forget, these are all genuine gemstones, so that is naturally forming within the gem. And what you get essentially is you get this beautiful shine from the gemstone on the outside, but then as you look inside, you get this fairy dust-like appearance of all these internal glitters. And I've got 2 strands that do this. Both of them are a sunstone, both of them naturally occurring with that glitter. And both of them you're looking at around about 280 carats worth on one and around about 135 on the other. So a really pretty effect in these two, and you can see those 2 different tones giving us more variety. And then for the final strand, which has another really beautiful effect, is your moonstone. Keep your eyes peeled for some shimmer. Oh, you can see that, can't you? Can you see, for example, on this gemstone, if I hold it there, you see how it's a beautiful, beautiful neutral shade, but wait for that flash of colour and that flash of shimmer. Isn't that stunning? It's a really gorgeous schiller, as we call it, that we have on this, and that too is naturally occurring. So I've got 4 strands that add real interest. I've got schiller, I've got that adventurescence, I've got those beautiful neutral colours, and I've got something rarely seen in that peach aventurine. Your price point today for all of that is just £11.95 for you today, to get all of those textures, to get all of that luxury. And don't forget, these are a double strand. The 2 that I have here, these 2 nuggets, the 2 sunstone, are a double length strand. So realistically, we say our average length strand is around about 30 centimetres, because we do some that are 6 centimetres, we do some that are 40 centimetres. So we say it's around about the 30 centimetre mark. These ones are actually closer to 90 centimetres. So really, it's like you've got the equivalent in length of strand wise to 5 strands here of genuine gemstones for £11.95. It's astonishing, isn't it? Warming selection that we have here for you today. Really just a beautiful array that you're really going to have a lot of fun with. And actually, you know, we're talking about how this can go with anything, any colours. Could even go with genuine ruby. The real deal genuine ruby, coming up very soon. It could even, in fact, go with my sensational Colombian emerald. Gosh, isn't that gorgeous? What a freshness, what a delight. Don't forget that that ruby's coming up not very long for you. And the emerald at around about 10. £11.95 for you today. Nice work to everyone who got that. Now, I've got something that we all need at one stage or another, and it's our clasps. And I've got some toggle clasps here for you. Clasps are so easy to use, and if you are brand new, pardon? Oh, fold over clasp, sorry. If you are brand new to us, tell me the box again. 19. Yeah, if you are brand new to us, you do get a little bit of a booklet, and it's a short DVD as well. Free with your first purchase. £2.95, postage and packaging, midnight till midnight. Doesn't matter how much you get or how many times you check out, you get a free booklet and DVD with that. And it talks to you about things like findings and clasps. And these are some of your clasps that we bring you today. They're your fold over clasps, and they, I was thinking, look a little bit like crocodile grips. So can you see you've got the teeth in here? And then if I turn it, you can see how you have the opening. So what we have to do is you put in there, say, your cord, if you wanted to, and all you have to do is close these together. Now these are extremely popular, Gem. Why do you think that is?
Well, they're a great way of getting a really professional finish, especially on things like textiles and cords, which are hard to finish with general jewellery making findings, like we get in our standard packs. So these give you that really firm, professional finish. Yeah. It neatens everything off nice and tidily.
Yeah. Gives it a really beautiful finish. I have got here for you as well 10 in total, so because they are the same size, so you could do, you know, a full 5 necklaces or 5 bracelets, but of course you don't have to use them just as a cord end. You can use them to start a tassel as well. We haven't seen these in ages, I don't think. All of them are 13 mil, 10 in total. Your price point today, It's just £6.95. Now that isn't the should be price. We've taken that down in price for you today. That is a treat for you, for everyone watching on the show. That is a little bit of a treat price for you, but we haven't seen them in ages, and to take it down to that price is sensational, in particularly when they are the same size. They're both a 13mm, which is a really nice workable size for bracelets and also for necklaces. But the other great thing is, I know a lot of people have always said, why do you always do 5 in a pack? That seems so unusual. Well, the reason we do it is because you can do a neckline piece and then maybe a charm section in the middle, but you might not want to. So with these, because you've got 2 packs with the same amount, you have got an even number, you have got 10. So you can do those complete finished pieces if maybe you're not that kind of tassely type of person. This is your clasp collection here today. You're getting 10 in total, and it's £6.95 for something we don't see very often. It is wonderful. And the only thing you really need to use with these is a set of pliers to squeeze them down. And don't forget, I've got my tool shed coming up for you later on. Not long to wait, just after 10 o'clock for your tool shed. The Dremel will be making appearance for it as well, of which I haven't seen in such a long time. I am over the moon to have it back. I'm so glad we got it back in. I've seen it on the mid-show recently, but I've not seen it on the morning for a while. Me, myself, anyway. It's your VersaTip that's coming up for you today. So it's grey. It's for things like your etching into your wood, which I do know we've had designer inspiration on before, haven't we?
Yes, I think Sammy did it, didn't she?
Absolutely.
Gorgeous.
So your Dremel VersaTip is coming back for you today. Well done everyone who got your hands on these. They are about to go low in quantity, so please check out, because lots of multi-buyers there. Speaking of something stunning, I've got for you that very, very special ruby, and it is your style buy. Clarity. So we hear a lot here at JewelleryMaker, isn't it? But what do we mean by clarity? Might sound obvious, mightn't it? Clarity within a gemstone is very important. Don't get me wrong, not for all gemstones. No one's going to be looking at a pearl and go, oh, this isn't very clear, are they? But with certain gems, clarity is very important. And ruby is one of those gems that we really look for clarity within. Now, we don't generally get clarity in all of our big 4 gemstones. For example, emerald. Emerald has something that we refer to as jardins, which means essentially lots of internal inclusions, apart from, of course, in impeccable Colombian emerald. But generally, emerald is allowed to have inclusions and all of these clarity and darkness spots and internal characteristics, as we say, to make it sound dead posh. But ruby, we don't really want to see any of those dark points, any of those speckles, any of those lines or striations inside, any, which I have seen in ruby before, things that almost look like hairs, actually, inside in lots of different directions. That's not what we're looking for, because with ruby, what we want is clarity, and the reason we want clarity is so that you can get a sensational feminine glow. Take a little look, because I tell you what, if you're looking for clarity in ruby, you've got it here. That is just sensational, isn't it? With that clarity, you are getting so much elegance. You are getting this glow. And actually, the interesting thing with clarity within a ruby is it actually intensifies colour in a way. Now, I'm about to get my torch out. Now, this is a daylight simulating torch. It's closer to daylight than the lights in here, but also the lights in here do just hit the gemstone and bounce back into the camera to you at home. So by showing you this, you're going to be able to really see clarity. Now, one thing I want to point out as well is you're going to be looking at this through 40 times magnification, because that's approximately what we have on our cameras. So you are seeing everything you can within this. Do you see loads of hairs, loads of fractures, loads of cracks, loads of blemishes? Nope. You don't, do you? Look at the intensity. I'm shining this light through. I tell you what, if there was all dirty marks and speckles inside this, you would be able to see it now under 40 times magnification with this brighter daylight upon it. Do you see what I mean about the clarity as well? Not only does it look perfect to the eye, it looks perfect under 40 times magnification, but also look at that richness. Can you see how that tone is almost quite a sumptuous red, isn't it? It's juicy, it's big, it's vibrant in its appearance. This to me is an archetypal ruby. This to me is the type of ruby I would expect to see if I, say, walked into a Cartier, a Boodles, a Harrods. This is the type of ruby I would expect to see. This is one of those gemstones that people will go, oh my, wow, that's ruby, isn't it? And you can say, yeah, it really is, it's stunning clear ruby. Not, oh no, actually it's a red agate. You know, it's one of those gems that is what it does what it says on the tin. It's a gorgeous, clear, glowing ruby with so much intensity. Now I just want to point out something for the newbies again. This is the real deal ruby. This is stunning, real, gorgeous ruby. How much newbies and people who've been with us for a while have you seen, or do you imagine, say, a 2-carat ruby ring to be? 400? 500? Maybe even up to 1,000 if it's in the right cut and in the right shop. I've got 50 carats here. Now obviously it's not a 2-carat piece in one whole swoop, but it is 50 carats. So some of these could be knocking up towards a carat each. Your price point today isn't a grand. It's not even £500. It's not even 300. Your price point today for the real deal isn't even £40. It's not even £40. We're dropping it down just because we can. We're dropping it down. It's the end of the month. Let's all treat ourselves. £34.95. Yes, before you ask, this is the real deal. Yes, before you ask, this is genuine ruby. And yes, we have just taken it down to that astonishing price point, 50 carats worth. That is astonishing, and this is exactly what I mean when I say we're cutting out the middleman. Yes, okay, I've got for you one of the best quality of rubies we've had in a long time. I've got for you brightness and clarity within this. Yeah, I absolutely have. I've got that beautiful richness and sumptuous, juicy colouring within it. Absolutely, I have. But I'm bringing it to you at a price point that you would never ever expect, and that is because we cut out the middleman. That's because, you know, we have our own cutting houses. We have personal relationships with the miners. We have, you know, friendships with the miners and with the mine cutters. We have our own kind of authenticity route that we go through to get all of our paperwork done and check off. We have our own buying teams who find the absolute premium and can haggle down because they're friends with the owners. This is us cutting out the middleman every single time, and that's why I've just given this to you at £34.95. Well done, everybody, because I tell you what, for you to come in today and own this emerald of this epic quality, then sensational for you today. Really, really beautiful. £34.95 for you today. Well done to everyone. Megzy50 is the code on that one. It's lovely to see you, and well done you multi-buyers. Probably thinking of selling a strand or two on, are you? Maybe, or just you maybe making something for your loved ones. And don't forget, ruby is a birthstone as well, so a great birthstone gift for this month. Okay, Berkeley, I am heading on over to lovely Gemma Crow. Now, Gemma Crow is our one of our wonderful guest designers here at JewelleryMaker, and what happens is we give them what we call a kit, and we let them play with it whilst they're busy at home. We send it a couple of days or weeks in advance, and our guest designers get to create whatever they like with it. And I tell you what, you've had fun with this one, haven't you?
I have. Those pearls.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go wrong with pearls, can you? Absolutely beautiful pearls. Beautiful kit. I've never had a kit like this, actually.
No.
With just pearls, and you just really go to town, because sometimes you tend to be a bit careful with pearls and space them out. When you get them like this, you're really allowed to go to town with them. So yeah, it's lovely to
You
work
can
with.
really go for it, can't you? This collection is just phenomenal. And I've got to say, you're getting certain pieces in this kit that you don't normally get, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, amount of head pins and eye pins and these are lovely, these brooch pins.
These brooch pins I've never seen before, have you? They are wonderful.
They are lovely, and it's nice to have, because you can get the ones with 5, and I've worked with ones with 5 loops on the bottom. It's nice to have, especially with pearls or something more delicate, just to have the 3.
Yeah.
So you can make a smaller design or scale down your pieces then.
Can I show you? You've not just got one either. How many of these are we getting?
There's about 20, I think.
There is. There's loads. Sometimes when we do something unusual like a brooch pin, you get 3, don't you?
Yeah.
But look, got about 20 of these. In fact, I'm throwing them off my hand, there's so many. So loads of those ones.
Yeah, loads of those, and it's really good because always when you do a kit, or if you buy a stash of things, you make your jewellery up, and then you've always got a few things left over. Now we say make earrings with those or make a ring with those, but you've got the option of making a little pin with it as well. So it's nice just to have them. You're not going to use them all with this kit, no way.
No.
But have them, ready for your next bundles and kits.
Yeah, and at this time of year, for people who are, we've already had Christmas in July. For everyone who's getting ready for their winter fairs and things like that, pins, brooches, hat pins, scarf pins.
Yeah.
You've got them there, ready and raring.
Yeah, and they're great for crafters because they're one of those impersonal things. When you choose jewellery for somebody, it's quite a personal thing.
Yeah.
So those sort of accessories then are much more saleable, more appealing to a wider audience.
Love that idea. Now we've got with these something that will appeal to a wide audience because you don't have to get it to the right size or the right fit or anything like that. So those are wonderful, they really are. And then talk to us a little bit about the eye pins, which I haven't seen in ages. We've stopped doing these in our findings packs, you may well have noticed. We do a lot of head pins now, but eye pins not so much.
No, and it's because head pins are difficult to make. Eye pins aren't necessarily. However, they're time consuming, especially if you're doing a rosary link chain. That halves your time because you've only got one loop to do.
Yeah.
So they're great to have, especially if you want to work quickly or you make a lot of earrings, for example. They're just so useful to have.
Fab, aren't they? They're just wonderful and it's essential to have, definitely. So you've got all of those as well in there. How many of those approximately? How many of them? About 100 probably, by the looks of things. I've then got the head pins. So the head pins themselves, the flat head pins.
Again, perfect because they're flat. They don't show on the bottom of your your gems. So the bobble's lovely with the ball head pins that we usually have, but it's nice to have the flat ones as well.
And you can see them with the design, how they add a gorgeous little glint, a little bit of a modernity to it.
That's right, but they just sit on the gemstone, which is lovely.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful. I've got for you as well a selection of your threaded materials. Now if you're brand spanking new, you're going to need these threaded materials because we use them in so many different mediums, so many different designs. Let me briefly talk you through what you're getting. So you have got here your monofilament. Now this is a very, very fine, very, very strong, clear cord, wire, not wire, plastic, nylon. And it goes through lots of your gemstones. It's great for beading, it's great for making things like beady beads, which will be taught in your first booklet, how to make them, that you get in your first order. Super duper strong, super clear, and used for lots of different mediums. I've then got your elastic too, which is this clear elastic, which has got a lot of strength to it. Again, real fab amount of strength, and great for stretchy bracelets. And then I've also got your beading thread as well. So this has got your wire in the middle, and it's got a really nice soft coating. And actually, lovely Gemma does a DVD called Adventures with Beading Thread and shows you exactly what you can create with that. But we use it for just general beading as well. And then the pearls.
Save the best to last.
Absolutely, why not? What did you think of the variety you got?
Oh, it's lovely. It's nice to have a mix of sizes because you can taper and, you know, just have that versatility, especially when you've got all the same colour. You want the different sizes and shapes. But I particularly, my favourites are the sort of teardrops. They're just gorgeous.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are just beautiful, and to have them in those tones as well, to have that beautiful clarity and crispness of the white, but you also get that pearlescence over the top. With the white you get it a lot. You get purples, pinks, kind of bluish almost tones spanning across the surface, and there's gorgeous gold as you move them. It's much easier to see it in real life. And don't forget, if you order this today, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions, no quibbles, and if it's your first ever order, you can even make something with it and send it back made if it all goes wrong and actually you think it's not for you. So it is risk-free purchasing today, especially when, for your perfect pearl, we actually give you the opportunity to get your hands on it at a knocked down price point. I'm not even finishing there, you know, because I've just remembered I also get a findings pack. We're looking at all of these findings here. A findings pack is a little bit of a taster of all of the essentials we need to finish off our pieces. Things like our clasps, things like our chain, things like our cord ends, lots of different things that you will recognise. Shepherd's hook earrings in there as well to help you make your pearls. Let me reiterate exactly what we're getting. I'm getting approximately 95 findings in this findings pack, all essential. You'll get through them quicker than you think. I've got 100 of the 40mm eye pins, which we don't do in the findings packs anymore, so a welcome addition. I've got your flat-headed head pins as well in a big separate stash. I've then got 4 strands worth of those white pearls. I've got the threading essential pack, and I've got around 20 of these brooch pins, which we just haven't seen, well, I've not seen before. You get your brooch pins with those 3 loops to make it a really versatile piece for you. Those pearls are timeless, says Samantha. You're not wrong at all, Samantha. Now, if I did these pearls at $6.95 each, that would be a sensational price, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I mean, it genuinely would. Yeah. It would be astonishing, because if you are brand new, if I just hold this to the back, so this is touching at the back, that to me is necklace length. Yeah. Add a clasp on, absolutely, add a clasp on, it'll be the perfect length, won't it? You can put gems in the middle, you can, you know, put loops in between these if you want to, it's up to you. But $6.95 for a necklace, a pearl necklace, amazing price, I know, unbeatable, surely. So if I did have these at $6.95 each, in total, they'd come to about £27.80, wouldn't they? Just for these 4, £27.80. But then, of course, I've got my monofilament, my elastic, my beading thread. I've got around about 20 of these brooch pins, which we never see. 100 of these, 100 of the eye pins, 95 findings. Even though that's the case, the pearls themselves are about £27.80. Your price point for the whole kit and caboodle is just £34.95. That, ladies and gentlemen, means that for all of this, all of these, all of these, all of these, all of these, all of this is about £7.15.
Just brilliant, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Great
when
value.
you think about that,
yeah,
it's astonishing.
Yeah, I mean, this bundle could set your bridal collection off. Yeah, because you got everything you need, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great price.
Completely.
Great value.
And for the pearls, if you're thinking £27.80 with the findings pack on top, you'd normally, just about the findings packs, you'd have to pay more, because the findings pack's $7.95. But actually, all of this with the finding and the brooch pairs is £7.15.
Yeah.
So you're actually saving money. So even if you wanted to go online now and say, even if you thought, oh, I've never used brooch pins before, don't know if I need them, oh, I don't know about head pins, can make my own and my eye pins, I can make them myself. Maybe if you even are thinking that, but thinking, I love those pearls and I need another findings packs, you're actually going to be paying more just to buy those than you will do to get the whole kit, which is astonishing, isn't it?
It is, it is. Everybody loves something for free, and that's basically what you're getting, isn't it?
Yeah, you really are, aren't you? Yeah. £34.95. It's your perfect pearl, and I'm going to have a wonderful demonstration now from the lovely Gem. Gem, what are we going to be looking at today,
We're going
please?
to be looking at making that sort of zigzaggy vine with the eye pins and the pearls.
Can beginners do this?
Yes, yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah, the most complicated thing about it is threading it in order, and that is the most complicated thing.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Threading it in order.
And I forget. So I've been doing it again myself this morning. When you get into a role, it's fine. But I'm not very good at anybody that knows me from the shows or from workshops and things knows anything repetitive I struggle with.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm quite random actually. Anyway, so I'll have a go. So to start with, we need one of our eye pins and we need a pearl. So what I'm going to do to start with is just thread a pearl onto an eye pin. And then at the tip of the eye pin, I'm going to make a spiral. Now to do that, if you're new, you pop your round nose pliers right at the tip, or as close to the tip of the eye pin as you can get. You hold them firmly, and then just either move your wrist or push around with your finger so that you start to create a loop. And then you just keep rolling. And because we're creating a nice loose spiral, you can just hold on to the centre, and again you can either twist your wrist or pull the wire. You just pull it round and it creates a spiral like that. Now one thing I will say is try to get your spiral at lying, if we say this loop is to the side, try to get the spiral flat so that they're slightly different, okay? So that's how we start. Next thing we'll do is take a head pin. Now this is a bit I get in the wrong order. Take a head pin and an eye pin, sorry, and thread it through the eye of the pin that came before. So we'll thread it through like that. And hold on, I'm going to check. Yeah, thread it through, and then we pop on a pearl. So we're doing the same again, but we're threading it first. So pop on a pearl. Sometimes pearls get a bit of pearl dust inside, and you may need to ream them, which is this is a reamer from the toolkit, and you can just pop that through and twist it round.
Okay.
Or when you put your head pin through, you'll see a bit of dust come out, and that's usually what's blocking it. So persevere. But most of these head pins or eye pins will go through these, particularly these teardropped or rice pearls. So once we've threaded it through the eye pin, we've then got the pearl, and then we're going to create another one of those spirals just the same. So we just turn that spiral in the same way as I did before. Okay, like so. And then it all drops down, and we're ready then to do the next one. So now through the eye loop, you'll always have an eye loop exposed. That's where you always thread your next eye pin. So the eye pin goes on. This is the one more time, and it repeats. Then a pearl, and then a spiral. Okay, and eventually you end up with a chain of these. And it's the great thing about these chains is you can make a great long chain, and then you can chop it up, you know, and just undo sections so that you've got small sections. So what happens is it falls in a zigzag. So I've got one sort of started here. Great for earrings. I mean, they look like they've got so much movement, and they look quite authentic as vines.
Yeah, they do.
So I thought they were a nice technique, really.
Wonderful, aren't they?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for showing us
You're
that.
very welcome.
I just want to say, people, please do check out your baskets if you are new, because I can see a few newbies. If you are new, just by clicking buy it doesn't mean that it's yours. You do need to press check out, but it doesn't matter how many times you check out today before midnight. It doesn't cost you more postage and packaging. I've got approximately 24 left, and you do get 100 of those head pins. I was just thinking about the eye pins that we don't do anymore in the find pack. I was thinking with those, they're approximately 4 centimetres long because they're 40 mil. You've got 100. How much wire would you need to make those?
Yeah, it's a lot of wire. And what I found with my kit that I work with at home is when you do just your chain links, you can get 2 out of that one eye pin.
Yeah.
So once I've done one and made an eye loop, I've then got another sort of half of that wire again left. So I could actually, if I
do something else with it. So saving you time, effort and money here today at that price point, because it should have been way more than that. Oh, thank you, Gemma. I was hoping you would do the vine. It is stunning, gorgeous jewellery, and that's from Anne.
Thanks, Anne.
Bless gosh, yeah. Got another one in. Hello, Sandra. Your pearls are amazing prices. On our recent hauls, I, for fun, paid £18 to fish out an oyster for a pearl. Mine was 6.5 mil, valued at £35 for one pearl. Goes to show you, doesn't it, Sandra? Goes to show you.
It does. We do really take them for granted, and you have got to remind yourself of things like that now and again.
Absolutely.
Especially like with our rubies and emeralds, especially pearls, rubies, emeralds. That's the sort of thing you've got to really stop and remind yourself, because you get complacent here.
Absolutely. And I would say if you do make yourself something with our pearls like these, if you are going to sell it, before you do so, go and get it valued. Or even if you're going to do it for a friend, get it valued, just to give you a sense and an idea. Thank you everybody for getting involved with us today. I've only got 14 opportunities left. Once people check out, I will be in single figures. We want to go and have a little look at what you've been creating, if that's okay. Let's go to the Wall of Fame. We're over here at the Wall of Fame, and for the Wall of Fame we're going to be having a look at what you've been creating and sent your pictures in, and take a little look at this one, because we were talking about pearls.
Yep,
perfect.
This is gorgeous. This is number 224, and it's from Helen Jones, and she says, "Here is my last entry before I go away to Scotland. I hope you like it. It's very simple, just stringing some JM pearls and beads to make a bracelet with a heart toggle clasp. I love the effect of the cream pearls, purple druzy quartz and gold-plated spacer beads together. I might even give this to my niece for Christmas," which is way more planned ahead for me than usual. I won't be entering for a week or two, as we're off to visit friends in Scotland, so fingers crossed for a win to welcome me home. Good luck to everyone. Well, have a lovely time, Helen. It's gorgeous.
Hey, you're having a fab time and weather's good, and thank you for that, Helen. It's really pretty. Oh, see, we told you people
All
love pearls. Oh, my lucky number. You have got, hi everyone, from Jenny. This is my first go at pearl knotting. I'm really pleased with it, although patience I think is needed, especially when fitting the ends, but it's well worth it. And now I've got the confidence to make a matching necklace. All products including pearls and gold-plated silver findings are charms from JM. Love to all you lovely presenters and designers, and all behind the scenes. Good luck to the Wall of Fame, especially me. I would love to come on another course. And that's from Jenny in Cannock, Staffordshire. Jenny, that is so pretty, and you're right. Time and practice does make perfect, and you've nailed it here. 227 is your number. Real good luck to you.
It's such a classic look, the knotting. I do love it.
Me too.
Right, this is from Lisa, and it's number 225, and she says, "Hi Gem, this is a real amber gnarly bracelet that I made whilst playing bingo. It literally took half an hour, and I just went with the flow. All components are from JM. I hope you like it. This one I'm keeping. I don't blame you. It's gorgeous.
Me neither. Don't blame you. Oh, look at the glow on that.
Hope you didn't miss any numbers, Lisa.
Yeah, I hope not. You were a multitasker.
That was me.
Me too. I can't do bingo at the best of times. It's fast.
I can do bingo, but
isn't it?
I don't think I can do anything else at the same time.
Oh no, I couldn't do that. No. 228 is here for you. Hi all. I sent a photo of a pendant made following Claire's designs using shell and blue 1mm wire and lilac pearls in the centre, which come from JM. I have hung it on zari rope, which looks good. I know how it turned. I love how it turned out. I just don't look at the back. Best of luck to all this week's draw. Hoping for a win. As Lucy would say, I need it. Hazel, thank you so much for sending that in. Really, really pretty design that you've got there. And I do love it on that rope as well.
Yeah, it's
stunning, isn't it?
Do you know what I was going to do?
Go on.
I was going to go like that and look at the back.
You were going to look at the back, weren't you?
Yeah, I do that, you know.
Didn't you?
Yeah, I do. I did it with the TV the other day. I was trying to learn some dance moves.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get to the side of it, and I actually went like that.
I love how unusual you are, Gem, to be honest.
As soon as I did it, I thought, what are you
doing? Fab.
I did. Crazy.
Oh, wow.
Right, number 226 is gorgeous. And this is from Belinda, Hemel beading, from the Hemel Beading Coven. I want to come to that place. JM Wire Bangle. I find JM Wire really easy to work with. Good luck everyone, from Belinda. Thanks Belinda, that was short and sweet. Yeah, we do too, it's lovely.
It is wonderful.
That is a beautiful bracelet.
Very, very pretty. Very nice. Thank you for sending that in. We've got more Wall of Fame later, but coming up in mere moments, something that is just the epitome for me of perfection. This is the same gemstone made into that £1 million necklace. It is your Colombian emerald. I'll see you soon.
The summer is here and that sun is sizzling, so JewelleryMaker want to cool you down. Join us Monday, August 3rd for our Sub-Zero show. We'll give you the chill factor with amazing new strands, great pricing and special offers including buy one get one frees. Oh, that was a bad one. The Sub-Zero show, August the 3rd between 9 AM and 1 PM. Nice to see you, I'm off to chill out.
The wedding season is upon us and JewelleryMaker want to help you get prepared. Join us on Monday 17th of August for our wedding fair. We'll be inspiring you with some amazing deals including headwear, footwear and accessories. We have guest designers Fleur, Debs and Claire on hand to give you inspiration and spark creativity on how to make that big day special with a personal touch. Come join us for our wedding fair. All day on Monday the 17th of August.
Join Gemma Crow with her Wire Mesh DVD. Gemma introduces and guides you into the fabulous art of mesh. Create vintage looks with amazing texture and structure. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
Download the JewelleryMaker app today. You can watch our JewelleryMaker shows live, view all the details of the item that is currently on air, as well as browsing all the items from today's show. You can also minimize the video or switch to use as a companion app. Get the JewelleryMaker app today and boost your viewing experience.
I've been on the introduction to beadwork from JewelleryMaker, and the class was run by Linda, who I've watched on television many times, and always thought, well, I must go to that class because I've bought a lot of the jewellery, the lovely stones, but never ever sat down really and studied it. It's much easier when somebody explains what you've got to do. So I've made necklaces, I've made some lovely earrings, and it's good because we've got all the choice of beads stones we're able to use, and I've had a thoroughly good day. And of course I dragged my daughter along, who's kept me in tow, so it's open to all ages. It was super. We met a very good crowd.
Bishek has been mining for amber. In fact, let's not call it mining. He's been netting for amber for 43 years. We're standing on the edge of the Baltic Sea. And many years ago, and we're not sure exactly when, but around 25 to 30 million years ago, out here was a huge big forest. Nobody knows exactly what the trees were, what variety of trees that formed the amber. Pliny the Elder had his own ideas. Scientists, gemologists, botanists, all sorts of professions have had their own theories over the years. But just out here is where the amber actually formed. And the day after a storm, if it's been a windy evening, the miners, the gem hunters, they come down very early, some 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, and try and beat everybody else to the few pieces of amber that wash themselves onto the shore.
unsurpassed calibre of gemstone you can see before you now. This gemstone is something that even the optimal designers in the world try to work with when possible. I adore emerald anyway, I really do. I love that it's in the big four. I love that people know it, people recognise it. I love the history behind it, the folklore, the tales behind it, and I do really appreciate how beautiful it is in jewellery pieces. However, emerald in different locations demands different price points dramatically. I can bring you Brazilian emerald at £17 sometimes. Why? Quite readily available in Brazil. And when I was talking earlier about the jardins, when we talk about jardins, we're talking about really quite included emerald. And a lot of the time in the Brazilian emerald, they're totally opaque. In fact, if you've got emerald in your stash and it is completely opaque, more than likely it will be from Brazil, because that's what we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing that. With Zambian emerald, of course, that's an extra step forward. We get a little bit more clarity, we get those jardins, and you can get a real mix of tones in there, a real mix of colours. With this emerald though, this is known by many as the finest source of this gemstone in the world, and it has been for many years. This gemstone that I'm about to bring you is for many the absolute optimum location to get it from. Did you watch that documentary at the end of last year, the Boodles one? Did you see it? They basically, it was like, I think it was a couple of days show, wasn't it, that they did it over, a couple of hours show. And what they did was they looked at making £1 million necklace, the first one they've ever done, and actually they did a whole suite of jewellery, if you can remember, and the whole suite itself came to over £2 million, but the necklace alone, they made a £1 million necklace. I mean, you know, they did this documentary, they had all of these photographs taken for it, they had short films made about it. It's a big iconic piece. They could have used any gemstone from anywhere in the world that they chose. They're Boodles, they've got that name, they've got that connection. They could have chosen anything in the world. And what did they choose as the centre point for that £1 million necklace? Colombian emerald. And that's what we've got here. If you think you're a company, you're a jewellery house with a name as big as Boodles, you think of their notoriety, you think of the pieces they've made for, you know, royals and people in high places and power, and these prestigious people they make pieces for. You think of something that's aspirational. In fact, I was talking to a lady in a workshop, and when was it? Was it yesterday? It might have been. And she said, oh, you live in Chester, don't you? Have you ever been into Boodles? And I said, no, because you can't get in. Boodles isn't a shop you can get into. We've got a Boodles in Chester, and they have security guards on the door, and if you're not dressed appropriately, if you're not dressed correctly, for example, you know, really beautiful dress, high-heeled shoes, you can't get in. And even then, you can't get in. You need an appointment unless you have the right connections. All of the windows are blacked out, so you can't even see inside. All they have is a couple of kind of window stands that you can go and look at in the window, but even when you're looking in the window you can't see through it because it's black on the back. So that is the type of place Boodles is. Boodles has these collections, Boodles has this notoriety, and Boodles decided to work with this gemstone for that £1 million piece. It's from a section called the Emerald Belt, and I've got a little bit of a map for it if you wanted to see it, because this is from that notable area in South America. And if you have a little look at this, can you see that shaded out area there? That's called the Emerald Belt that we've got here. Now we get it from two main places. We get it from Muso and we get it from Chivor. In fact, if I show you, this is where we get ours from mainly. We get it from over here, right at the bottom, and we get it from right up here. These are the two main sources many would say, in the world to get your Colombian emerald from. And Boodle said that it was in those areas that they got their pieces from as well. And that's where we get the vast majority of ours from. And we call it green fire. From those two locations, it's mainly known as green fire. And that's exactly the type that Boodles use themselves. So actually, it could be the fact that this strand you get to own today came from the exact same mine that that £1 million necklace came from, which is astonishing to think, isn't it? So we've got your green fire emerald here, and you have got it from stunning Colombia. Now, I've already mentioned to you that this is in that £1 million necklace. I've already mentioned to you that this demands high prices, but I wanted to prove to you the types of high prices Colombian emerald demands. And that is the big difference with location of this gemstone. I had a little look online and I found a Brazilian emerald, a 1.05 carats worth of a Brazilian emerald, and this is the price point we found. Now, this wasn't the highest price point I found. This was genuinely the first one that came up, and it was just an individual piece, and it was in a cabochon, so it was cut. It was a nice shape, but it was individual. It was by itself. It wasn't set into any jewellery or anything else like that. I then typed in 1.05 carat Colombian emerald. So the only difference was I took out the Brazilian and I put in the Colombian. Now wait, if this Brazilian emerald is £58.52 by itself, how much do you imagine a Colombian to be? 100? 200? No. £3,818 that piece was. It was the same cut. It wasn't set into jewellery, so it wasn't that the Brazilian was with quartz and the Colombian was with a diamond. It wasn't that. It was individual. It was by itself. But that is the difference. That's what different price can demand. And again, I found Colombian emeralds at a higher price point than that. That was just the first one that came up when I did that search. This goes to show you how astonishing and how quality this is. And that, I'll be honest, is the reason that a lot of people at home don't own this. Because it got used by Boodles, because it's that £1 million necklace focal piece, because it's not just about £60 a carat. In some places it is £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 per carat, and that's why not a lot of you at home own this. But listen, I have a passion for emerald. I love emerald. I have an exceptional passion for natural emerald, which is what I've got here. Bearing in mind natural emerald, of course, usually demanding about a 50% extra price hike. I've got a passion for natural emerald, but even more than that, I have got an absolute love and admiration for Colombian emerald, because it gives me clarity unlike any other location. It gives me the colour I personally want to look for, and it gives me that prestige and notoriety of Colombian emerald, wow, as opposed to just your normal Brazilian emerald, which still is great, but it's much more common. A lot of people will own Brazilian emerald, not a lot of you will own Colombian, but I want you to. I have a passion and I want to pass that on. Fall in love today, wait for it. Your price. That, Gemma Crow's laughing, she's shaking her head. £27.95 for Colombian emeralds is absolutely mind-boggling. I can't believe we've managed to do that today at all. Now, this is because we bought in bulk. I started off with about 200 of these. That's the only reason I'm able to do this price point. That is not something we can get used to at all.
It's crazy. Oh my word. Becky, you should have just put a picture of it and put the price on and just saved all that effort of talking about it, to be honest.
Dion has just taken this to the price point that if we went a penny below, we wouldn't be allowed to play it, because essentially we're losing money on it.
I don't get it.
If we took this 1 pence 1 penny less than that, we wouldn't be allowed to play it because we would literally be losing money on it. Let me just say that one more time, just because, let's face it, we need to get our heads around it. If there was 1 penny more taken off this utterly random price, and yes, it is utterly random because it's 46 pence at the end, but that's because if we took 1 penny more off this, we would not be on air anymore, we wouldn't be allowed to play it because we would be losing. How is that possible?
Well, it's possible, it's just not right. It's just...
Well, yeah.
But, you know,
Well,
anybody
yeah.
at home is absolutely fine. I'd be fine if I was at home. It's just beautiful. Anything else, I don't really think you need to say anything else. It's beautiful, you've got it at an amazing price.
Isn't it?
That's all you need to say. It's amazing.
That is just astonishing, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, got some very happy lady today, says Laura. I'm not surprised. Well done, Laura. Hey, Sharon. Woohoo! Got it. Can't wait to get them home. You're going to fall in love. I mean, love. Oh, very summery, says Samantha. You're right. This is a seriously summery tone. I don't even know if I've got any other emerald on today. I don't think I do, but you're right. Oh, I do. Now, I'm not by any mean, shape or form diminishing the emerald I'm about to show you, but that is summery compared to perhaps this tone of emerald, isn't it? It's fresh, it's vivid, and it's rich, isn't it? So happy to have bought mine. Any tips, Gemma, on how to use them? Oh, Susan, corker of a question.
Yeah, they're nice if they are channel set, I find, because they're small. So I would possibly channel set them if I was going to use them in my wire work. But if I was using them in stranding, then I would just strand as I would sort of in between a pearl or strand and pop a clasp on. But for wire work, channel set is a good way to go. It's secure and it frames them, makes the most of them.
Do you know what I'm thinking? Because you've just said channel set. Do you remember that moon and the ring that Jan made the other week? Channel set in there. Imagine doing that in Colombian emerald with 925 sterling silver wire.
Beautiful. It's also beautiful with copper as well.
Yeah.
So a bare coppers is beautiful with the copper tones too.
Yeah. I wasn't going to buy anything today, but I had to get the emerald. God help me. Sonia, you do have to get the emerald though. You did. It wasn't a question of, oh, maybe. No. You're not going to see this again. You're just not. Purely, it's because today we've got so many of them. We've never had a quantity of Colombian emerald like this before. I brought you Colombian emerald. I've brought you Colombian emeralds before as a brand new strand on Designer Inspiration. This is a while ago. And because Colombian emerald is so rare and because it's so hard to get out of the ground, because it takes such a long time, even though we had a brand new strand, I was only able to get 40 as a brand new strand. That was it. That was all we could get. That was all we could order. Today, randomly, somehow, bearing in mind it's taken a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort, we've really worked on getting this, and we managed to get 200. That's never happened before and probably won't happen again, and that's why we've done this. If we took 1 pence off, we would lose money. Price. Hello, Sue. I bought some the last time I found them on JM, and they are gorgeous. The best emerald I've ever got from JM. So, I'll be honest with you, every single time I see Colombian emerald, I can tell it's Colombian emerald straight away. Now, it's not like that with every single gemstone. You know, even though I am, GIA and we I've done my GIE training and I've got all my certificates and everything else. A lot of the time, for say, I don't know, tourmalines, I might not be able to look at it and tell you the exact location. With Colombian emerald, I know every single time. You can give me emerald from pretty much anywhere in the world and I will always know Colombian emerald because it is that best ever green clarity glow, isn't it, Sue? So I completely agree with you on that, I really, really do. Now, I just wanted to show you, you know I mentioned the pieces that Jan made and we were talking about channel setting. Take a little look at some of these pieces. Imagine that with emerald.
Yeah, that would be beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
And imagine this ring.
Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I'm meaning. That's exactly it.
Yeah. And
Gorgeous.
even if you wanted a bit more of a bolder effect, she did the shooting star as well.
Oh, that's beautiful. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, yeah.
She's so talented.
And look with the pearls as well. Imagine with the pearls an emerald in between each one. That's not just an emerald, a Colombian emerald. Get your authenticity. Please get your authenticity for us. You know, you can just print it off. But get the authenticity. Now on the authenticity, it doesn't say that it's natural, but it is natural. But it will tell you the location of it and more. So with a Brazilian emerald, you will be seeing a big price hike between natural prices and unnatural prices. But with Colombian emerald, do you know what? Although there is a price hike for the natural, which is what we've got here, it's mainly about the name of Colombia as well. Hello, Maureen. Poor Becky. After giving us all that knowledge, I was expecting 65.95, but then it is our Dion on. You're right. You're right. You're right. Absolutely. Morning, ladies. Great show. Becky, this is a strand. You know, Jan always says, oh, it's gravy. It's a gravy strand, isn't it? But not like that. This is Jew. You're right, Jan. And how gorgeous would this look on those pieces, Jan? Wouldn't they? And by the way, Jan, I didn't get to own those pieces. I know, I'm gutted too. They've been put upstairs for a special occasion. I don't know what. Hello, Eileen, how are you? Tried sitting on my hands, but it didn't work. Love you all. We love you too. Lovely to see you as always. Thank you for getting in touch with us. Bought one, absolutely loved them, and never owned any. Do I get another? Ooh, it's payday tomorrow. Now, Julie, obviously it is up to you. Obviously it is up to you. But what I would say is, when you get this home and you fall in love with it and you use it all, or you see it and go, oh, I want to make this, I want to make that, I want to make this, I want to make that, I want to make this, which ones do I make because I've only got one strand? And then you only get that one strand and then maybe in a week's time you think, oh, I wish I had another strand. Well, I tell you what, that won't be your price point, my love. It won't. Do you know that one I did the other day? The one I did the other day was one of the lowest price Colombian emeralds I've ever seen, and it was $29.95, and it's the lowest price Colombian emerald I've ever seen until today. Because Dion likes to make me look like a muppet. That's what it is. OMG! Stop talking about the emerald! I've just got another! Sonia, fantabulous! You don't want to get to the end of this strand, do you, and think, oh... Or I think it's even worse. I've done this before with pieces. I've got a gorgeous strand. I've practiced what I'm going to make because it's a stunning strand. I've practiced what I'm going to make with a slightly lesser gemstone and loved it. But then I've made it with the good one, the good strand, and then I've gone, oh, wish I could make another one. Because my best friend had loved that, and we could have matching ones. Or what about? I know who else would like. My mum would love one of them. But then I've only got one of the strands, and you have to kind of work out. Now this sounds awful. You have to work out who you love more, right? So do I love my best friend more, or do I love my mum more? Because I've only made one really good piece. The other one's going to have something slightly lesser, a little bit tat compared. You do, don't you? So just save yourself the worry, really do. Hi, Ellen. Hi, JM. This is both mine and my daughter's birthstone, and I've now got Colombian emerald for both of us. Love the show. Helen, Colombian emerald as a birthstone, fab. But to have a Colombian emerald version for your pieces, that is something so connective, that is something so spectacular. Well done to you, and make something spectacular for your birthdays. My birthstone, Be rude not to, says Michelle, lady after my own heart. Absolutely agree with you, my love. Be rude not to. If you got your birthstone and you had the opportunity to get the best version of your birthstone for actually, if we're honest, a lower price than I've seen some Brazilian, which I say we love Brazilian, but in general it's a lower price point because it's not as clear, you have more chardans, it's a bit darker. I do love Brazilian, but it's not got the notoriety of a Colombian emerald to many. You know, like I say, Boodles for their £1 million necklace chose Colombian. Hello Felicity. Hi Becky and Gemma. I also wasn't going to buy today but couldn't resist. Got one for me to keep. Oh, brilliant. So you're going to be making one to give away or keeping one to sell, or maybe if you sell your pieces. Well done everybody. I started off with 200. I've got 43 left of these at £22.46. Hey up Julie. Okay Becky, got another. Sonia convinced me. No more. Was not going to buy anything today. Got to love JM. Julie, thank you for joining us today, you lovely lady. Do you know what? We have got loads of treats coming up. We really, really do. And it is only £1 postage and packaging, Julie. Just saying, we all know that. No more to pay. But even if this is the only thing you've bought today, you've got yourself a stunning bargain you're going to want to work with forever. Well done to everybody. Now, what's that I hear? Gary's just gone, I don't know. Well, you don't know. It's someone working away in their tool shed. The tool shed, we're here at the tool shed. Now this is a great time for us all to get our hands on tools that maybe we haven't seen in a while, or maybe we've missed out on. We've also got things for people who are brand spanking new as well. Now, let's get for you straight away VersaTip. There is a letter missing from the code. The code is a R for Rebecca Redican today. This is your Dremel VersaTip. Now, Sammy did a designer inspiration with this not so long ago, where she actually used this to etch into wood. Now, this itself, this is a fab tool. Now, essentially, it does many things, doesn't it? It can solder. It's a soldering iron, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's great for solder, but there are so many uses for it. I've got one, but I've only ever used mine for soldering. I've used it for, but the other reason I use it is cutting stencils, so cutting plastics, because it cuts such a clean line with no pressure. You know, not like a knife where you have to, you have to apply pressure. You have to turn in corners is difficult. This is just easy. You use it just like a pen. It's absolutely brilliant.
It is brilliant. Now you can do. So we've talked about your soldering. You can hot cut with this as well, can't you?
Yeah.
Pyrography is or wood burning, as it can be called, is something that I used to love when I was younger. I used to love doing it when I was younger. Things like when you go into those nice craft locations and you see things like name hangers, don't you?
Yeah.
And they can add those on. This is perfect for that, isn't it?
Yeah, you can personalise things. Yeah, it's ideal for that.
It's a good one as well for kind of melting things like your metals too, isn't it? I know we're talking about soldering, but why would you need a tool to do that?
I'm not sure about melting the metals, to be honest. I think it's got like it's got a flame, so but I'm not sure how powerful it is, not knowing. But it's quite possible that you use it to ball up your silver or your copper. It might be powerful enough to do that. And I'm imagining definitely for the silver it would be powerful enough, because you can have a flame tip, can't you, as well as the hot knife.
You can.
So yeah, balling up your silver definitely. And that's something that you don't necessarily want to get a great big gas torch out for.
No.
So it's really nice and precision, this tool, so I would use it for that, perhaps.
Because that is one thing, a big, huge, open flame can be very daunting, but with this, It's much more precise, it's much more to the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a little look at exactly what we're getting in this Dremel? Here it is. Look at all of these goodies. Absolutely loads in those, but guess what? We've also added your VersaTips as well in here. Now these are the ones perfect for your pyrography, but we can use this on different types of wood. You can use it on things like your turned bowls, flat surfaces as well. Anything you could draw, you can etch into your wood with this. And you can see all of these different tips here. So you've got some that are very much like a pen nib. You've got some that are a little bit larger, so it gives you a really nice flat hot point. You've got this one here, which if I show you like this, can you see this? It's got that texture to it. Now that gives you a really beautiful, the way I would describe, the way I've used it before is almost kind of tongue and groove kind of patterning across it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I think
almost
that
like when you texture hammer in a way.
Yeah, and it's great for cross-hatching because when you're doing drawings then or designs, then you don't necessarily want to be using a fine nib to do your shading. Or colour, you know, you can't colour in necessarily with pyrography. You have to build up dots and layers.
Yeah.
So that's another way of getting shaded, darkened areas by doing the cross-hatching with that nib.
I see. And what kind of look is that going to give us?
It's gonna give. I don't know if you can take yourself back to your GCSE art days. You know, when you're learning about how to get light and shade in drawings, but there's shading, which you can't do. But you know, by gradually taking the strength of the pencil then higher or lower to get the graduated look. You can't do that with pyrography, so you have to use techniques like varying the size and the density of dots, or using crisscross lines to show light and dark. And so that, with pyrography, that's what you need. You need either your dots or your crisscross lines. So, you know, I think those tools in there will help you achieve light and dark in any of your drawings.
Look at all of those different techniques you can do.
The hot knife is brilliant.
Is that what I would kind of presume to be, say, the cord zapper type heat?
Yes, yes, you can definitely use that. Your cords
for that type of thing.
Sealing cords. This is perfect as well. But you know, it's great for example, if you want to make your own silk screens for our silk screen printing, or you want to make your own stencils for your polymer clays and things like that, then the hot knife is perfect for cutting out of plastics, so acetates and sheets of things like that. Yeah, so it's brilliant for that sort of thing.
Fantastic, isn't it? Now this is different to our usual Dremel because this is the VersaTip. Now with the VersaTip, it's giving you a totally different look. So if you've already got a Dremel, this is a completely different kit caboodle, isn't it?
When we say Dremel,
it's a brand name, isn't it, essentially?
Yeah, and I know it's like when you say Hoover, you mean a vacuum.
Yes.
Dremel. When we say that, usually we're thinking of the drill and the polishing kits and the saws and those sort of tools. This is totally different. This is a heat tool, and but you've got the security of that brand Dremel. You know, if you've got a Dremel at home, if you've got a saw or a drill, you'll know the quality of it and how long it will last you.
Absolutely.
This has got that quality, but it's a completely different tool.
Totally. And you can see here actually it being used as a hot knife. Can you see it's going to just slice through those cords and seal the end? And actually on this wooden piece you can do all of these etchings yourself. Just sensational. So lots of you are already coming in and getting these, and don't forget you do get the VersaTip heads as well. Your price point today is just £49.95. You get full tuition with this in the form of your booklet that will tell you how you can use this and on what types of things you can use it for. In fact, for getting it out, you might be able to have a little look at some of the pictures. There you are. Here's just some ideas of what they're using on. Look, using it on a cart there. So can you see kind of soldering together your pieces, your wire work for your cards. You've got this section here as well. If you go on our YouTube channel and you have a look at the playlist, you'll be able to see Sammy using this in Designer Inspiration literally a couple of weeks ago.
Also, Dremel as a company is fantastic, and there's lots and lots and lots of tutorial videos, ideas, projects to follow on their website as well. So you know, you are when you get a product like this by a company you can trust, you have got such a lot of support.
Yeah.
And I think that's, you know, that's really why we all go to, probably why Hannah decided that that's who we would use. So,
yeah, it's wonderful to have. It really is. So get them whilst you can. I've got for you now tools. Are you brand spanking new? I keep referring to all the newbies today, but we've seen quite a few new names come up. And if you are brand spanking new, I tell you what you are going to need. Standard, no matter what kind of jewellery making really you decide to go into, you're going to need the basic tools. And I've got them here, but with added extras, such as your comfort grip. Tools are essential, they really are, and they all do different jobs. I've got here for you your chain nose pliers. Now you can see here they taper off into a really nice fine point, and these are going to be perfect for things like your wire work and to add on clasps and earring findings and open jump rings. These are absolutely perfect for that. An absolute complete staple for every single make. In fact, I did a workshop this morning with Spellbinding Laura Binding. We were filming one, and if she said she had to pick 3 tools, she picks these 3. If she could only work with 3 tools, she said she'd do these 3. She'd do chain nose, round nose, and she'd do her cutters. These were the 3 absolute essentials she chose. Chain nose, as I said, for your wire working, but for also opening jump rings. Your round nose pliers for doing all of your swirls, for finishing off all those little edges on your wire work, and these ones for cutting your wire, cutting even some cords you can cut, and doing your clasps with these as well. So these are the absolute staple. If you can only pick 3 tools, same.
Yeah. In fact, they're the only 3 tools I had for the first 2.5. Even when I started working here as guest designer, they're the only 3 tools I had for the first year or so of working here.
Really? Mm-hmm. So for a couple of years, you just had these 3?
Yeah. Yeah. For a good 3 years jewellery making, that's the 3 I had.
Wow. So these are the staples to really get you on your way. But I'm going to add a little bit of something extra because I have got some other pieces, such as your comfort grip flat nose pliers. Now your flat nose pliers are great because they help you get a really nice angle. They're also the same width throughout, which means you can use any part of this time and time again, you'll get that nice clean finish. I've also got for you as well your flat round pliers. Now I better get these ones out so you can really see them, because just showing you in the pack, just not going to cut it. So what I've got is I've got your flat half round pliers and I've got your flat round pliers on this. Hang on. Let me show you. So you've got flat and half round mouth on these, but then look, we've got flat and a perfectly round here. So these are going to be helping you guide your pieces around. I've seen us bring these to you, but I've never brought these myself, so it's not something we have on very often. Now, Dion wants to prove that it's her, because someone messaged in apparently saying, I don't believe it's Dion, I've not heard the word blue today. Dion, my producer, loves the colour blue. And look at how much blue there is. Oh, it's cool, it's tranquil, it's Dion blue. You should have a colour named after you. How has that not happened yet? Your price point for 6 shouldn't have even been this. It should have been way more than that. These are about £5 each usually. No, we are going better. Less than £2.50 per set, per pair of pliers. And look, you're getting really unusual ones in here, like your flat and your round pieces, look, that we don't really do that often at all. You're getting your flat and your half round. You're getting all of these essentials. What do you think? Don't forget, these aren't our basics. These have got comfort grip on a lot of them. What do you think of that? About £2.50 per tool.
I think it's amazing value. It really is. I mean, how many hobbies can you actually start with all the equipment you need for that price?
Yeah.
You know, and they'll keep you going for such a long time. They're not going to break. I mean, I still have the toolkit I started with, and it's still perfectly usable.
Yeah.
So you know, and I got it from here, and it's fantastic. But also, just on another note, the comfort grip are the ones that, when my workshop participants bring their own tools, sometimes those are probably the most used, the most go-to tools then for our jewellery makers out there. So they're obviously, you know, a really good plier to use.
It's wonderful, isn't it? Well done, everyone who's coming in and getting these. Are you busy keeping all the kids entertained? Are you busy keeping the teenagers entertained? Are you busy maybe thinking of starting a new direction in your life in these summer holidays? Well, I tell you what, this as a collection is going to be a whole toolkit for somebody to start something brand new. And even say you buy this in the hope or in the wish that, I don't know, your 14-year-old niece or your 19-year-old nephew or whatever could start a new skill, maybe start a new hobby, and actually they try it out for a couple of days and it entertains them for a bit, but it's not for them. At $14.95 you can still use these, can't you? You can still use these tools. Actually, that's great. Well done, everybody. Plenty of you coming in for these. Just to remind you again exactly what you're getting: comfort grip side cutters, your chain nose, your round nose, your flat / round nose pliers, your flat half round pliers, and your comfort grip flat nose pliers. All of those yours today at a sensational price. It is wonderful, isn't it? Well done, everybody. Well done to you all. Got for you now another tool for the tool shed, and Gem can tell us all about this. Interchangeable. Oh, I nearly sneezed then. I just lost a sneeze. Oh, so annoying. I was trying to get to you super quick, but I've lost it now, Gem.
Oh, sorry.
I'll come to you in a minute. So what I've got here for you is a hammer with interchangeable heads. So this has got, as you can see here, these different heads, and as I'm just taking these out for you, just have a little look at them. Gem, you can tell us about why you've got this, which I know you have,
Yes,
and why a lot of our guest designers have this one in particular.
Well, it's really useful, especially for if you go around travelling around a lot doing your jewellery making. You don't want to take your full size everything with you, so it's great to have these versions of smaller tools and that are, you know, multi-purpose, and you know, that's a great thing. Laura Binding actually keeps hers in her ring mandrel case, so she has that, you know, that's her essential toolkit, is that hammer, her ring mandrel in that little case, and it all fits in because it packs down really small, it's really light. You know, it's a great little tool.
It's fab, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's good for your general jewellery, like hammering your findings, work hardening your findings. You don't necessarily want a great big hammer for doing that.
No.
So actually that would be the hammer of choice for doing your earrings and things.
It's just brilliant. You can see how easy it is to change that head. I've just changed it about 4 times whilst Gem's been talking, and you get a big selection of heads. You get ones for work hardening, you get ones for texturing, you get ones to flatten, and all of this, you don't need 6 different hammers, you only need one, and your price point, £8.95. It is a no-brainer. It is one to just carry around with you. And actually, if you are going to be jewellery making with people who are maybe, you know, in their later teens, and maybe, you know, a big, hard, heavy hammer is a bit daunting or a bit scary for you or for them to work with, then this is perfect way to get them into the mood of things, get them into the groove of it, and get them kind of knowing how to work their professional tools. £8.95 saves you buying 6 hammers, is just fab. Got for you now bead stoppers. These are something that we get them in, they fly out as quick as a bat trying to get away from a hoover.
Yep.
Don't they? Why is that, Gem?
Why do bats fly away from hoovers?
No. Why do these sell out so quick?
Because they are invaluable. They really are. When you're planning a design, you don't want to put any components or findings onto a design until you've finished. And sometimes you need to just take it apart and pop something in to see if it works. And you can't do that if you've already put your clasp on.
You're right.
But you need to put your endings on because otherwise your beads fall off. So that's problem solved.
Absolutely. Have you got a half-cut strand there in one of them boxes, just to show people exactly how to use these? Because, thank you, Kerry, you're an absolute gem. Because these are so simple to use, and they're one of those designs that are so easy. You think, how does no one else come up with that before? You're an absolute gem. Thank you, Gem. So you can see that this has got a knot at one end. This is a strand that we would be used to getting, the strand that we would be used to seeing. But if I'm working with this as kind of, even if I wanted to maybe do a knot in between each of these, we've all been there when you can get that fall off section, when actually you're maybe wrapping around something and they all go everywhere. We've all had that happen, haven't we? In the end, down the back of the sofa and everything else. With this, someone could ring the door, or maybe I'm only using one at a time. If you get chips and nuggets, we say often that, or pieces with small drill holes, we say quite often that, you know, holding one cord like this, say my finger's the other cord, and just pushing it off one at a time onto that next cord can save a lot of time and effort. But then if you're doing that for everyone, you have got that option and that possibility as you're moving for these to all fall off. Well, not anymore, you haven't. It's as easy as that. Not anymore, you haven't. That is a whole, if I do the whole strand, pushing up against it, I'm shaking it about. Nope. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. And one thing I would say as well is, if you have dexterity problems or you know, and things like doing tiny knots, especially when sometimes at the end of a strand you've got like half a centimetre to work with, haven't you, and you're trying to do that, don't bother. Just keep it as is. Just pop, because you're getting loads of them. Am I right saying you get 12? You get 12 of these. So, you know, that's enough for two. If you wanted to do one on either side, that's enough to do your 12 strands or 6 strands, isn't it? Your price point today, to save you time, effort and stress, £6.95. It will save you time because you're not messing about and faffing about with the knot. It will save you stress, because I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes if I've done a tiny knot, I'll try and unpick it with something, but sometimes, for say example, if it's a strand of pearls and it's on just a normal thread, that's now impossible. So you have to cut it off, which means you've got your strand's getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and you can't use that temporary strand for anything else. This is going to save you that as well. And also, it's not a difficult thing. Anybody could use this. You know, I reckon if you gave this to a 5-year-old and told them and explained to them that if they pop it on the ends there, then the gemstones won't come off, then you're sorted, aren't you? Yeah. You are. £6.95. It's easy to use. It's an absolute staple, and I would say if you can, get yourself 2 packs, purely because we rarely have them on. At £6.95 they're a bargain, and also if you get yourself 2 packs, you've got the possibility there to do up to 12 strands, and very rarely do we just have 6 strands, I suppose, separately, do we? Well done everybody who got their hands on those ones. I suppose it's time to head on over to Gemma in a second, and we are going to be looking at a bit of felting in this one, aren't we, Jen?
We are, yes. Yeah.
Now, if you've never felted before, do not worry, neither have I. I've seen pieces before, but I've never actually seen a session with it before. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing this. I'm going to bring... Is it this one from this kit, Jem? No, from another one. Is it?
Yes.
It is from this one. Okay, folks.
Oh. No, it's not.
No, okay. So I'll leave that one there for now then. But we're going to head over to Gem to see exactly how we can start this new low-cost medium.
I was thinking, have I got the right kits? Yes, that's it. Yeah. No. Oh no.
No. You've gone and fuckled yourself, haven't you, Gem?
Yes.
I've
used the wrong colours with the wrong combination. That just shows you get both today.
And they work perfectly together.
Oh.
Good spin, Jam.
Oh dear, I'm really sorry.
Okay, so we have got such a versatile selection here, haven't we?
We have, yeah. Wish I did just put all the jewellery on.
Yeah, why not?
I'm really sorry.
Don't be silly. Yeah, whack all the jewellery out, I would. Why not? Take a little look at what we've got out so far.
That's not using it. That can come. It's the wire. Oh, I've really messed it up, haven't I?
No, you haven't. It's absolutely fine. Well,
they won't have me back.
Well, no, probably not.
No.
But you know, it's fine. Don't be silly. Of course we will. So this selection is a nice sort of hodgepodge of beautiful pieces made by the gorgeous Gemma Crow. We're just going to get some of these pieces because we've mixed 2 kits together, but that goes to prove how well all of the kits go well together. In this kit, what I'm about to bring you is For example, this piece is made by all of this selection.
Yes.
So if I show you, and that as well, these two pieces here are made from this entire kit, but as you can see, we've used lots of different pickings from lots of different areas to create this look as well. Now, these hearts are fantastic, and you've used the aluminium wire, haven't you?
Yeah, which is gorgeous. It's one of those things I wasn't sure that I would be convinced by aluminium wire because it's so light, but the effects you can get with it, and then the chunky gemstones you can afford to add to it because it's so light is just brilliant. I love it.
It is wonderful.
Love it.
It is lightweight. It gives you a really gorgeous effect, and it's easier, I would say, for new people. Not to scuff it in things with your hammer, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it's really simple. It stretches, the coating stretches much easier on the aluminium.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. I'm a complete convert.
It is wonderful, and actually one thing I would say, just as a little incy heads up, is we have been filming a little bit of a workshop this morning, and it's using at one point some aluminium wire, so maybe give it a go first if you are planning on getting your workshops on the go at some point later. So I've got for you your Fields of Heather jewellery collection with the aluminium, but also with the necklace blanks, which I just adore.
Yeah, they are one of my favourite new additions to what we stock here, because you can just hang any pendant, just one gemstone on it, or you can actually just wear them as they are. I absolutely love those.
They are beautiful. They've got a lovely curve to them, as you can see there. They're really easy to do up and undo, and they've got a lot of strength to them. Just a nice little piece of wire wrapped around in a section makes them look super duper modern and glam, doesn't it? Yeah. But you can really go to town on them as well. And using them in that way, I mean, you can see how perfect they are.
They are, yeah.
And can be interchangeable as well, can't it?
Yeah, and there's another one there.
Oh, in fact, look. Oh, Gemma.
I've tapered it from really heavy with this gorgeous pyrite, hematite, and then just got less and less as I've gone round. And I really like the effect. It's really modern, I think.
Yeah. It is just such a wonderful and modern effect there, and with those tubes, which I have got coming up for you in a moment or two, doesn't it just give a real classy edge? And it does look like a graduated neckline piece, which is just so simple to do but very effective, I'm sure you'll agree. I have got all of these pieces coming up for you. In fact, I've just shown you the tubes on here, so let me show you it in the strand. Take a little look at these delicate little tubes. Of your tubes in this silver aluminium, obviously silver coloured hematite, I've got a 4x1 on this, and am I right in thinking that you yourself love hematite as well, don't you?
I do. I love the metallics.
Me too.
And they're so glossy.
And with the hearts.
Yeah, then they're gorgeous. Everybody's loving those hearts at the moment. They're just gorgeous, very versatile.
And I love how even just with something simple, such as this heart tassel, it's created just something really, look at the movement to that and how it catches the light just effortlessly. That's the type of thing you could wear every single day, pop into the shops, picking up the kids, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Your big long cardi on. Yeah, it's lovely.
It's really wonderful. So you've got those hearts as well, and then to add some rounds to it. It's quite a nice juxtaposition, don't you think, between those really submetallic gemstones and kind of mixing them with that beautiful amethyst. Obviously a very well-known, quite classical gemstone with a super modern look, which I think just works so nicely. These ones, by the way, are rounds, and they are 4 and 6 mils. So what does that graduation kind of help with?
Well, it helps, two ways. When you can concentrate on the shape and undulations in your design rather than the colour, because they're all the same colour, you don't have to worry about that element. And two, it gives you the opportunity to do wiggle weaves, to space your design out differently in different areas but using the same colours. The rounds are so easy to use, and they'll go into any design.
Goes wonderfully, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you can see, you know, using them with different colours, gold and silvers, they just look phenomenal. They really, really do. And I love them just with this rosary link design that you've done there. It is phenomenal. It really is. So you've got all of those. I've also got a little bit of wire. We've not overpowered this one with wire, which is great if you do have a serious stash. This is your 0.6 in the silver collar. You just get 10 meters worth there. So even if you're thinking, oh, I've got loads of wire, there's only a little bit in here because there's a 0.6 and there's the 0.4. So two that work really well together. But if you're a beginner, great gauges to start off with as a beginner, the 0.6 in particular for things like findings. And then I have our clasps. Now these, I think, stick with that modern theme fab, don't they?
Yeah, they are lovely.
How are these to work with?
And they're great. They've got they're magnetic, so they snap in really nicely. And my intention was to do some felt roving, but I haven't got time, and I wouldn't be able to show it on the show either because it's a wet felt technique, but I'll bring that another time.
Okay.
Or if you wanted to watch tutorials or go back in time to see some of my other demos, these are perfect for putting on the end of roving.
Yeah.
And you'll see you can do that, or any cords even. So even if you just have them through your stash, they're fantastic.
They are wonderful.
Yeah.
And you can see they have got a magnet as well as that extra clasp, so you've got double security there, which is just sensational to have. 3 of those you're getting. There is loads, isn't there? Let's be honest. Let me just remind you exactly what there is. You've got the aluminium wire, you've got 5 of those necklace bases, you've got 2 strands of amethyst, you've got that heart strand of your hematite, you've got those hematite tubes. I've even got that 0.6 wire and your 0.4 wire, which is also 10 meters worth in the silver, and I have a selection of 3 of these magnets with the lock connector clasps as well.
Breathe.
Breathe. All of that, your price point today, £29.95. That's one of the reasons my quantity is going down super duper quick. Another is because it's beautiful. Another is because we've not seen these clasps in ages. We've not seen amethyst rounds in a kit in what feels like ages, and we definitely haven't seen aluminium wire in yonks. 57 opportunities left. That's it. That's all. You've got to get it quickly whilst you can. And don't forget for me that aluminium wire, although it's 2 mil, it is aluminium, and that means it is super duper easy to work with. It's so malleable. So even if you think, oh, I can only just about work with a 1 mil, don't think of it like that with aluminium, because it's a completely different kettle of fish, and you get 12 meters worth as well, not just your average 10. 12 meters on that. 51 opportunities left. I just love this as a collection. I really do.
Yeah.
But there's lots and lots of you coming through for this still, so please do check out when you get the opportunity to do so, because it is a sensational kit for you to work with, and it's something really unusual. What I'm going to bring to you now to go with it before we start on a demo is the felting pack itself. We're going to start off with the purpley tones. Now, tell us a little bit about the look we get with the felting.
The look we get this texture and warmth and complete scope, a lot like clay. It's a lot, you can use felt a lot like you can if you're sculpting. You manipulate a shape with it. So it's wool fibres. Wool fibres naturally mesh together. It's probably the oldest fabric or textile that there is and that we know of, because it's it's a natural material, and what we do is force the process of getting those fibres to stick together, a lot like Velcro, and the more we play with it, the more we manipulate it, and the firmer the shapes become. Therefore you can create beads, shapes, almost cabochon style pieces, but you can also vary the colours so that you can create pictures quite intricate. You can get very intricate, and the great thing about felt is you never run out of new places to take it.
No, you don't.
So it is a lovely medium.
And the quality of ours is different to other ones you can get, isn't it? I'm just having it, because like I say, I've never worked with this before. I have heard our quality is amazing, but actually it even says on the back, look, it talks to you about how it is merino tops and it comes from a single farm, and the quality. How do we know this is good quality apart from what it just says here?
You can tell that the length of the fibres, I think these are roughly a 4-inch length fibre, which means that the sheep aren't just sheared constantly. You can see that they're sheared at the right time of year then. So
Brilliant. That makes a difference.
Another thing is they felt really nicely, so there's no oil still in this felt. It's barred well. The dyeing is even, so take it from the farm. Then the dyeing process obviously is a good one because it's an even colour all the way through. It's very clean and it's just really lovely to work with. It's a natural fibre. It's perfect for felting. You can add things to it if you want to, and you can add other types of fibres like silks and natural fibres, but it's a really great base and core. And good for to work most versatile, probably.
Fantastic. Let's get started on exactly how we do. Oh, I didn't even bring your price on, sorry. It is your Merino wool felt collection for just £9.95, which is an amazing price because you've got 4 big bags there, haven't you?
Yes.
That are going to last.
They're going to go such a long way.
They're going to go really far. Now, when we get started on this, we really don't need a mass amount of tools, but one of the main is the needles, isn't it?
It is. When we needle felt, that's what we definitely
That's
need.
what we're doing, needle felting. I haven't actually, they are just here now. Purple is close to blue, says Laura. You are clutching at straws there, Laura, but we like it anyway. £8.95 for you today. Took an extra £1 off there for you. Now, I'll just really quickly show you this, and now wonderful Gem can show us exactly how to use them, but this is your felting tool that we have here for you. So you get the handle, you get the section that you pop in and out for the needles, and you get a selection of your needles as well, which are an important tool for your needle felting. Everything you can see on screen now is what you'll be getting. The price for 10 pieces is just £8.95 for you today. So a really great collection for something that we're going to need if we're going to be doing needle felting. So let's have a look at exactly how we get involved with this.
Okay, so I'll just show you how this little tool works. So it's a handle and a peg. It's like a conical shaped peg, and the peg has got a groove that runs down the side like that. Our needles have got a very sharp pointy end, and then they thicken out here, and they've got a little hook. So the hook goes onto the thin end of the wedge and sits into that groove, so the needle's sitting into there. You then take that wedge and pop it into the handle and just push on the flat area there, push down so that it's wedged in, and you're going to use that as your needle. It's your poker, yes. Okay, it's my sponge. You see I've been using this one on these colours, and you'll find your fibres go into your sponge, and that's what they're supposed to do. You can clean it off. I generally find if I just sort of scratch and pull at the surface and go round in circles, what I'll end up with is actually a little felted mass, which you can use in your designs or if you want to.
Oh, it looks like when I stroke me dog. I've got this sponge for you now. What is important about this sponge, please?
Okay, this sponge it's a good size for one. I've got one that I keep whole, and I've got one that I cut into smaller sections, so that I can pop it inside gloves or things. For example, if I'm felting onto a glove or into a pair of tights or something like that.
Brilliant.
And then I've got this whole one where I can do big pieces or sheets or work on several pieces at the same time.
So you've got a couple then?
Yeah. I've got quite a few.
This is your needle punch, and it's your large piece. Get it whilst you can, because at that price point, that's exactly what I mean about a low cost medium. You got this for that price. You got all of the felt for, I think it was £8.95, and then you got the needles before as well. Essentially, you can start a brand new hobby. All you really need for needle felting to get going is this, and this.
Yes.
You started a brand new medium for how much? Less than £30 easily. Maybe close to 20, which is sensational. So get them all whilst you can, and because that's all you need. Started a new medium, and this is exactly how we do it.
Okay, just also mention that these are the fine needles, which I find I get through most of, and not just because they're fine and they are more prone to snap, because they will snap. You'll find that they do, and even when you get quite proficient at it, you'll definitely snap your needles. It's part of it.
Yeah.
But what you'll find with a fine needle is they're so versatile. They'll take you from the start of a project right through to the very end.
Brilliant.
You can get medium-sized needles, which when you're sort of making your rough shapes, you might find useful. But 9 times out of 10, I go for my fine and I don't have to keep changing and swapping. Right, so what I'm going to do is show you how to make a bead or a teardrop. So in the end necklace, I know I've mixed the colours up, but you could, it doesn't matter which colour you use for this. So I'll show you how to make a 3D shape.
Okay.
And in this case, I'm going to take you through making it then into a teardrop shape from a ball. Okay, so you see how much I've pulled off. If I just show you actually right from pulling it from the top, if you've never done it before. So this is the top. When you unroll it, it looks a bit like this.
Yeah.
All the fibres are laying in one direction, so they're all laying along like that. If you want to take off a strand or a length, you just part it and then gently pull it apart.
That's easy.
Okay, so that's how you can take whole long lengths off, which I'll show you in the next demo, what we do with that. But the other way of just pulling it from the top is just to hold it with your hand, not too close. If you do this, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Snapping.
Yeah.
It's strong.
Here it is.
Even though it's not felted. And that's because, remember I said the fibres are about 4 inches long. So if I'm holding like that, I'm not pulling it at a break point. So if I come a bit further and just pull very gently outwards, I get it coming apart like this, and you get this lovely sort of tapered off end, and that's great when you want to graduate your colours and things like that. So you keep it as that, and that will graduate nicely. So for a bead, I'm going to, for sort of a 16-20mm bead, I'm going to take off around this much felt. It's not much at all. And what I will do is, instead of keeping all the fibres in one straight line, I'm going to just pull it apart so that the fibres mix up direction. Because obviously the more crossed and tangled they get, the more dense and quicker our felt will be. So I just pull it apart, make it nice and scrunched up, and then at this stage then roll it roughly into a ball shape. Okay, so I'm sort of rolling and tucking, yeah, and then I'm going to hold on to it into that shape and keep your fingers off to one side. Then we're going to take our needle and we're just going to stab through that felt and into the mat. Okay, and we're going to do this a lot of times, and you will get quicker. When you start, don't try and go too fast or anything, because you might get your finger, and it does hurt if you get your finger. But just keep turning your work. Now, I'm showing you quite slowly, but in a minute, once I get to a certain phase, I'll show you just how it works. So there you go. I've already got that to sort of hold the position just by stabbing that through. And what's happening is, as I take the needle through, the barbs are pushing the felt fibres through one another. And because the barbs are all going in one direction, when I pull it up, it's leaving them there.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what we're doing over and over again. Okay, so now what I'm doing is, you'll see I'm rolling this at the same time as I'm stabbing. So I'm just rolling and stabbing. You'll get quicker and quicker. Okay. Now, if I was creating just a ball, I would be turning this at this stage and prodding this into this where it's like a tuft. Because I'm making a teardrop, I'm going to keep that free of felting for a moment. I'm going to keep turning this, and then I'll come to this side. So I'm going to felt this into a teardrop. So I'm going to keep prodding and turning. So I'm twisting it at the same time. You see how that's starting to...
It's probably more conical.
Yeah. So you're rolling, prodding. Okay,
Yeah, I
keep
see.
going. The more, I mean, that is still soft. I roll it in my fingers to sort of firm it up a bit more, and then go back to prodding it.
Fab.
Okay, the more you do this, the firmer it will be, and depending on the texture or shape that you want for for your bead. Also, the more you do this, the more condensed it will be, because it will start, you know, it will shrink as it becomes tighter packed, because you're pushing everything inside. Okay, so within itself, and then so it gets more and more compact.
Okay.
This is that's basically it. You
How
just
easy is that?
keep going.
That's so easy. It ties it all in, it locks it all into place.
Yeah.
And then you can just attach it in these pieces, as we can see on that necklace we saw earlier.
I've just threaded through with a needle and the cords that are coming in the next bundle.
Yeah. And we will bring those to you very, very soon. Before that, it's Wall of Fame. Oh,
It's your turn to have 3.
No, I had 3 last time.
You didn't.
Okay, Gemma Crow, you're starting.
Okay, I've got a gorgeous pendant. It's number 231 and it's from Susan Long. She says, "Hi all, this is my entry for polymer clay with mica powders to give it shade, then acrylics to highlight. It's a present for someone who has a phobia to buttons and beads." Sue in Chesterfield. Oh, a great alternative.
Really great
Fantastic.
alternative, and very thoughtful of you as well.
And beautiful. Lovely.
Really nice. Thank you. Really like this as well. Greens and golds. 233. Hi all. This week's your yellow gold necklace with chrome dioxide, all from JewelleryMaker. Gems are amazing. So happy with them. Good luck to all, and keep up the good deals and laughs. That's from Amanda. Thank you very much, Amanda, for sending that in. Green and gold. So classy, aren't
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
233.
Okay, I've got number 230. Some great netting here. It's from Trudy Woolard, and she says, "Hi to all at JewelleryMaker. This is my entry to this week's Wall of Fame, a turquoise cabochon wrapped in silver wire. The colour of the cabochon is gorgeous. It's a bit more green than the picture shows. Hope you like it." Oh, it is gorgeous. Beautiful stone. Lovely wirework.
Thank you for sending that in, Trudy. I have got here 232. And this one says, "Hi all, I haven't entered for a while, as I've not made jewellery for a few months due to a stressful period. I'd forgotten how therapeutic jewellery making can be. Watching Debbie B on Monday, I was inspired to get my polymer out and design something for myself to wear. I also purchased Kato clay, so I'm looking forward to that arriving. I now have the creative bug back and thought I would send in my end result. It would be really great to see my entry on the show. Gives you a buzz when you see your work." And that is kind regards from Michaela. Thank you so much for sending that in. Once you've had a bit of a stressful period, it's easy to step away from jewellery making or creativity, but once you get back to it, you think, how did I ever leave this?
Yeah, how did I live without it? I know. Yeah,
and that is,
exactly.
I love that kind of melting of colours. It almost looks volcanic. Beautiful.
It does.
232.
Right, I've got 229, and this is gorgeous. It's from Lynn Tunnicliffe. In Largs, and she says, "Very good morning to all at JM. Here is my entry for this week's Wall of Fame. Not sure if it is a huge butterfly or a moth which has landed on this leaf, but I hope it brightens up the day. It's made with JM 8mm copper, wire fuchsia coated copper wire, and a large agate pendant and a few fuchsia agate faceted rounds. Kind regards from Lynn."
Butterfly, moth, bless you.
Oh, bless me.
That was silent.
Yeah.
That is a skill.
Yeah, I'm quite good at sneezing.
Oh, gosh, I'm not. I must practice more. Thank you for sending that in to us.
It's a moth. It must be a moth because it must be the dust got up my nose.
Of course it is. Thank you for sending that in. Great picture as always as well, Lynn. Okie pokely, after the break, I have got a treat for you. Do you want to see it? Go on then.
The JewelleryMaker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, The Genuine Gemstone Company, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moons Moat, Redditch, B98 9HF. Get making and good luck! The summer is here and that sun is sizzling, so JewelleryMaker want to cool you down. Join us Monday, August 3rd for our Sub-Zero show. We'll give you the chill factor with amazing new strands, great pricing and special offers including buy one get one frees. Oh, that was a bad one. The Sub-Zero show, August the 3rd between 9 AM and 1 PM. Nice to see you, I'm off to chill out. Spend the day with guest designer Mark Smith making beautiful jewellery, using simple macrame techniques but with an added touch of elegance with the incorporation of wire in your designs. Mark will be guiding you through 5 projects and you'll also learn how to wire wrap a cabochon. This course includes a selection of wire, a selection of gemstones, a pack of silver findings, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios, a visit to the Gemporium Museum, and you can make a purchase at the JewelleryMaker shop. All of this for just $84.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. JewelleryMaker, bringing out the designer in you.
Here at JewelleryMaker, we like to provide you with the best possible service. Our friendly and helpful call centre team are on hand 24 hours a day to assist you with your shopping or any other queries you may have. We also have a dedicated Facebook help team who are on hand 7 days a week between the hours of 7:30 AM and 10:30 PM. JewelleryMaker, making your experience the best it can be. Join Karen Crawford on a new DVD to JewelleryMaker, Talk Necklace Projects. You'll learn lovely talk necklace designs such as the freeform talk necklace, colour grading, how to add gemstones, the Aztec weave and how to add embellishments. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
You've not seen this strand this year at all. It's backed by popular demand. It's big, it's bold, it's beautiful. It's got this lovely kind of look between the organic and the archetypal. It is a fab, big, chunky, up to 15 mil pearl strand. Have a look. I love it. That is seriously stunning. I'm just looking at it then, and I've been told the price of this, and I'm trying to work out how that makes sense, because I've got all of this beautiful sizeability of each and one of these, and that means, you know, I've got 15 mil in areas. We know a luxury size pearl is big, bold and to be noted, but I've also got a little bit of movement on these strands. So you see how some of them do have little dimples and little ripples? And what that gives me is it gives me loads of pearlescence. In fact, you can always see some. If you look on this one here as I move it, do you see pinks and greens? Now you can't always see that, can you, on a strand? You really can't, underneath these light circumstances I mean, but you can on this one, and that gives it a really special look and appeal. Now there's so much we can do with these, there really, really is. You can do something really simple with them, something really statement. You can have one just as a centerpiece if you want to. And with these pieces that are this size, so around about a 12 to a 15 mil, you've got serious statement pieces. Now what I'm about to do with this is something that we weren't able to do when we first brought them to you last year, but we're going to today. Our buying power continues to impress, and we're going to show you exactly what we can do with luxury size pearls. Should be. But it's not today. We're rolling that price down for you. It's £12.95. That is not a drill. That's your time to get through for this, because these are luxury size pearls with a lot of pearlescence and still with that organic edge without being too nuggety or out of place or unusual and therefore unworkable. It's still workable. It's got that pearlescence and it has got that big sizable amount to it as well. Serious luxury size pearls here. 15 mil on these. A luxury size pearl taking about 15 years for each one of these to be created by the mollusk, by Mother Nature. I mean, that's just astonishing, really, isn't it? Isn't it? Gemma, I'd love to know what you do with these, because these are much bigger than our usual pearls. They're much chunkier. You've got more pearlescence. What would you be doing with this strand?
I think I would be putting perhaps something like a silver, maybe angular spacer bead in between. Something that takes it, is classic, so you maybe keep it simple and classic, but maybe change up some of the things. Like instead of a classic knot, you might put like an angular silver something in between each one instead. But yeah, and they'd make great bracelets, wouldn't they? In rows, if you did 2 or 3 together. Even macrame, wire macrame bracelet with those would look lovely.
Love that idea. It's going to look fab, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really give it such a high shine. And what do you think of the price point, please?
Well, for the size and that luster, it's just phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah,
it really is.
It really is genuinely astonishing for that amount of colour palette. I mean, look at the pearlescence on this, the pinks, the gold, the green, the blue tones even. It's all to do with the way that the light is interrupted by the nacre of these, because don't forget, when white light hits a surface, it reacts in different ways, and because a white light appears white to the naked eye, actually it is made up of a spectrum of colours, and there are a minimum 7 that are visible to the eye. Don't forget, there are more colours. There are things like your ultraviolet, which the eye can't see, and your infrared, which the eye can't see in normal form, but in general we can see 7 colours, and that's exactly what we get with pearlescence. The nacre kind of displaces almost the light and gives you this beautiful rainbow colour effect. It's fantastic and a phenomenal price point for you. $12.95 for you today on those ones. UGDP 18's the code. Get them whilst you get the opportunity, because those are massive for you. I've got for you now something I've never seen before. Charms. But not just any old charms. Really high shine effect charms. Sorry, let me just reach across to get my tweezers. Not seen these ones before myself. Have you? Silver plated brass star connectors. I have less than 100 chances on this. You have to come in and get your hands on these as quickly as you possibly can, because these are your stunning star silver connectors. Now, if I just show you this, I'll show you up to the neckline, just because the neckline is quite an easy place to kind of have it to have as a kind of focal point, as to give you an idea of size, isn't it, really? So this is giving you an idea of the size. Just one of those on a piece of chain I think will be sensational. Just because I'm getting loads of these, you're actually getting 10 of them. If you've got 10 of these, interconnected with a little bit of wire at different points, even maybe with a little bit of kind of cord stretch out between these would be fab. A pair of earrings, you're done. Put on a really nice headband for maybe those ballet or prom events would be sensational. You're getting 10 of them in total, even as a ring. Ooh, chunky monkey. You have got silver plated brass, so don't forget these are brass. They've got a gorgeous weight to them. I've got less than 100 opportunities. Your price point today is just £9.95 to get your hands on 10 of these in total. That means that you're going to get something really eye-catching, really high shine. And can you see that? Can you see the light kind of, when the light hits, it goes pew in a gorgeous star shape. It doesn't kind of graduate around it. It's in one fell swoop. It is a star shine. It is a star glimmer that hits you, isn't it? And don't forget, when we think of stars, we think of really positive things, don't we? It is exam season has finished now, but people are going to be getting ready. I know a lot of the first batch of results come out in August, so we're just around the corner for exams. Stars for people who've tried really hard. If people maybe got an A star for a piece would be spectacular. Reaching for the stars, wishing on a star, it's all really positive connotations. So to have 10 of these, you're going to be able to make a really great selection for different stars in your life. Hello, Christine. Those are great for connecting one strand to 2. Adore that idea. Yeah, take a 1 strand into 2 strand, do a double set connector. Maybe have your 1 strand up here and then 2 strands coming from here. What a great idea. Thank you for sending that one in. Check out your baskets on these ones. They are £9.95 and there's loads you could do with them. If you are thinking of something with a star impact to it, I've got an absolute star of a strand for me here. Last few of these, I have to say, I don't know if you saw this the other day, Gem, this opal. No. It is the most spectacular of opals I've seen in a long time, because not only does it have pin fire, it also has flash, and for me, some of them even touched upon a harlequin. Do you want to take a look? I mean, just find one of them for you, just because you know the lights in here bleach out opal. I've got less than 50 chances. Sensational, really is. Now we know that opal colour is hard to see in real life under these lighting situations. When you get this home, it's not. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. But look at what colours we're seeing here. This is the most phenomenal strand of opal in drop form I've ever been able to bring to you here at JewelleryMaker. Even on our sister channel sometimes I've seen pieces with nowhere near as much of that definition in the pin fire and effect. If I show you with kind of the different looks and the kind of effects, you've got in here such a vivid array of colours. Greens, reds, yellows, golds. You're getting in here. You're getting some of the rarest colours in the world of opal within this strand. It is sadly being bleached out slightly by the lights, but even then, to be able to show you any pin fire on this or any flash fire or any of that harlequin-esque look to it goes to show you that even in these lights it's astonishing. In real life it's going to blow you away. I would love to hear actually if anybody, because didn't we have this on Saturday? We did, didn't we? Was it Saturday? Would people have had the time to get it back yet? I'm not sure they would they? Well, maybe you got it on express delivery. If you did, you should have it by now, and if you do feel free to text us in. It is spectacular that we've got quality of this proportions here, and it is your Ethiopian opal. Your price point today for 15 carats is just that price point should never have been the price point. We rolled it for you because I love opal and we wanted everybody to be able to have the opportunity to own this today. We wanted everyone to be able to see it and to be able to own it and to be able to fall in love with it. And Gem, if you've not seen it, I'd love you to pop on over here and have a look.
It's just gorgeous, isn't it? I can see it.
I mean, even in these lights, I mean, look at that.
It's exceptional. It's like the facets are on the inside because of how it's holographic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Just beautiful.
It's exceptional, isn't it?
Yeah, there is no doubt. You wouldn't have to explain to anybody that that's opal.
No.
You know, that is just beautiful.
It's phenomenal, isn't it?
Truly. Yeah. Stunning.
Isn't it? Is that one of the best you've seen here?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
It is, isn't it? Oh, hi, Kimberly. Yay, you got yours on Saturday with me. Thank you, Kimberly. She says, mine has just arrived 10 minutes ago. It is so amazing. It really is, isn't it? I'm so glad you got it in time. Oh, Sonia got it as well. I got this strand and it's lush. Buy it, everyone, please. Exactly, Sonia, to see what I mean. You know Sonia, don't you? And Kim, who's just messaged him. You know that, okay, it looks all right on screen, but how amazing is it in real life? Do buy it, please, because as Sonia's just said, it is astonishing. It is amazing. 30-day money-back guarantee. Not that you'll be using it, because this is astonishing. 30-day money-back guarantee. Hello, Judith. Hi, ladies. The opal drops are absolutely gorgeous. The fire and lights in them are just superb. Love them. Thank you for sending that in, Judith. They are spectacular, aren't they? It's unlike a strand I've seen before. And at that price point, which we rolled to that amazing price, you know, you have got something very, very spectacular to have in your collection. Well done, everybody. QNYY98. Now, Kim, Sonia, Judith, and everybody else who's got this opal, I have something that you're going to have to add. You're going to have to. You may as well, you're here. You're going to have to, because we know we've got so much on here to work with and we've got loads of ideas in mind. But what if I said to you, I might well have the perfect partnership for it? Would you be interested? If you would, you don't have long to wait, because it's my star buy. Okay. This quality of the strand that I've just brought to you, the quality on that strand is obvious. It's superb, it's beautiful. There's clarity in there, which is giving you more of that pinfire, more of that flash. And I've just said to you, that is the most astonishing strand that I've seen, and it still is. Because I've not technically got a strand here for you. I've got a chain. But I tell you what, they are the same quality. They just are. I can see instantly they are the same quality. This is brand new, never seen before, brand spanking new. 925 chain with Ethiopian opal rondelles, brand new. It has to go with that opal and so much more. Now, the quality is the same as the strand I've just had, but these are small rondelles. Now, essentially, if you think about it this way, if I've got something large, so I've got your large drop, the lights in here do interact with it still, of course, and they do affect it still, of course, but because they're much larger, it isn't diluted as much. Imagine it as you're making a cordial, okay? If you think with the lights and the intensity in here, imagine those are like the water and you've put a few drops of cordial in. Because I've got quite a few drops of cordial with this, it doesn't bleach it out as much. These are smaller, these are daintier, it's just a drop or two of cordial in one place. So that means that these are almost washing it out more and diluting it more. Does that make sense? The quality though itself is absolutely still up to par. Absolutely still up to par. It is the same. If I show this next to it, you can see pinfire in here. You can see pinfire in here in real life, but you just can't in the studio circumstances. Gemma, I'd love if you could pop across here and just give me your absolute, truthful, honest opinion.
It's absolutely exceptional.
It's bursting, isn't it?
It's just beautiful. It's so fine. Yeah, I would expect to see that in like an antique centre, especially with the rose gold. It's so vintage and it's such exceptional quality.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you for that, Gem.
Okay.
Just because I can say something, but it's nice to have a second opinion, isn't it? And don't forget, even when me and Gemma are looking at it in here, the lights do bleach it out. I've seen this one outside and I know the quality of it, so I can gather that these are the same quality. It's honestly just phenomenal to the extreme to be able to bring this to you, still with that pinfire. So stunning. This is a length of your 925 chain and it's got rose gold over the top and it's got opal. You know how much I love opal? It's my favourite gemstone and I adore everything about it. And I get really excited with this firework display of pinfire. Yeah. I like it when everyone else can feel that excitement I do. It's like a kid in a sweet shop. It's like getting something really, really special. Because yes, okay, we do make to sell sometimes, but sometimes we want to make for ourselves. And do you know what? Sometimes I want to just sit around the house, watching TV, no makeup on, hair scraped back off my face, and wearing something really, really pretty that almost inspires me, that almost, yeah, all right, I might look a mess, but hey up, I've got that gorgeous opal bracelet on which keeps catching my eye while I'm making something and watching something and just having a little bit of chill out time. And that's what I want, and that's what I'm looking for, and that's exactly what this can give to me. And it can give it to me even more because there's no stress there, because a lot of it's done for you. It's just about deciding what I want to do with this and how I want to work with this. Now and again, we all deserve a treat, and I genuinely believe we do. If we just work all of the time and we don't think about treating ourselves, we're constantly thinking about everybody else and looking after everybody else, you can't look after yourself properly, which in turn means you can't look after your loved ones as well as you might be able to if you were all stressed out all the time. It's important to take moments to ourselves. It's important to treat ourselves to things. And I'm going to give you a little treat now because I love Opal so much. I think you lot at home are absolutely wonderful. A lot of you are so kind, caring and supportive, not just to us here who work here, but I know to your friends and family as well who you make for all the time. Today, I'm going to give you the opportunity to have a real treat. It is one of the best quality opals I've ever seen. It's on one of our finest metals of 925 enveloped in genuine rose gold, and your price point is not. I'm giving you a treat. I mean it honestly. We've all got to look after ourselves. We've all got to treat ourselves one time or another, and this is a great one because at £21.95 you're getting opal, pinfire, you're getting flashes of ruby colours, you're getting blues of tanzanite in there, you're getting chrome dioxide greens in here, you're getting that 925 and that rose gold, and yes, everybody pays the same. Collector in Lancashire, I know you got yourself a couple. Don't worry, you don't pay the original price. Everybody pays the same, as do you, Zara and Caroline and Julie and Kimberly and Susan. Oh, Julie, it's going to look gorgeous with your other opal, my love. Angela's coming, she's got herself a couple, so has Janice, and why not? Sawami, you've come and got yourself more than two. Don't worry about it, that's great. Why not? We've just taken money off this. Oh, for God's sake! I wasn't going to buy today. This opal is stunning. Helen, thank you for that, you lovely lady. It is stunning, and so what? Treat yourself. Honestly, we have to treat ourselves. And as a pairing, I mean, just sensational, isn't it? I mean, truly, truly bewildering, isn't it?
It's beautiful. I would do sort of like a lariat style long with a big cascade of opals, use them all together with a cluster of opals for earrings to match. That's just perfect,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, someone has texted in and said, could I have a look around your neckline? Now, I'll be honest, this t-shirt's not the best for a neckline piece, so do you mind if I pop it on a blackboard for you to have a look at instead, to give you an idea? Look at that. Oops, sorry. I know what am I like. Dion, do it. Martha's just walked past. She's just walked past. Management has walked past and not in the way of the office, the other way. Let's do it. Do you know what? She's putting something in the microwave by the looks of things. 1995. Get it on, get it gone. Right, come on in. Right, management's away. They look like they're putting on some sort of jacket spud, which I think is a little bit early for 11:30, but you didn't hear me say that. Do treat yourself to this whilst you can. Everybody pays the same. Everyone pays the same. Dion's just gone, do you know what? I love it. I want it as well. And I think loads of people out there do deserve it. And you do. Treat yourself to this. You are multi-buying on this left, right and centre. Unsurprisingly, it is genuinely stunning. It's genuinely sensational. I've never seen a strand like this before. Have you ever seen a chain like this before? I've not. I've seen gemstone chains. Yeah, I've seen gemstone chains. Can't think of a time I've seen an opal. And if I have, it was an Ethiopian opal. I'm pretty sure it was fire opal from Mexico. And it didn't have pin fire like this that even you can see at home. You know, it didn't have pin fire, some of the rarest colours of opal pin fire in the world with the reds. No, it didn't have that because, you know, it's fire opal. It's just a really nice golden tone. And I just think, get it whilst you can, genuinely. Even if you just whacked a clasp on the back of this. In fact, I will sort of show it against the back of the screen. If I just show you really quickly the length approximately of this, and I know it's not going to look great against my t-shirt, but I just want to show you the length of it Now this is touching at the back. Now I know my mic's in the way, but that's the length of it. And with a clasp on the back, how gorgeous is that going to look? It's going to look wonderful. What about a couple of pairs of earrings on this? A pair of earrings on it. All you have to do, clip, clip, pair of earrings, done, dusted. What about if you did a neckline piece with this, a headline piece with this, kind of one of those hand adornments on this? I keep looking up because I'm checking management aren't back yet. No, we're fine. $19.95. Everybody pays the same. How many in baskets, my love? Well done, Jane, Stephanie, Janice, Sarah. 40 in baskets. Angela, Pauline, Linda, Heather, Caroline, Susan, Anne, Collector in County Durham, Victoria, Pamela, Joyce, Marilyn, Tracy, Townsend, Yasmin, Jilly, Barbara, Carol, Patricia, Veronica, Ellen. All of you. Well done to you all, you lovely, lovely ladies and gentlemen. 42 in baskets for you, right here, right now. Get it whilst you have the opportunity to do so. Nice work, absolutely everybody. Fab price for you today, it really is. 65 opportunities left, but a big amount in basket, so do treat yourself to this whilst you can. Hello, Sonia. OMG, I have 2 now. Great show, girls. And D, baby, I love you. She says she loves you too, Sonia. Thank you very much for that, Sonia. You're an absolute star. And you know what? Hey, why not? You get yourself 2. You see what we've just done to the price? Fantastic, isn't it? Only 56 left of these right here, right now. So get that whilst you can. You get a decent length of this as well. You really are. 42 in baskets now. I've got 25 holding on the line. I've got 52 available. So you don't have to be a genius to do the maths. Yes, some people are going to miss out. As fastest finger first. Norma's checked out. Nice work. June has. Judith's just come through on the phone. So good on you. Collector in Cheshire. Hey up, Cheshire, love. I'm coming back to you tonight. Oh, for a whole weekend. How exciting. You know, you've just got your hands on one. Alison's just come through on the phone lines. Well done to you, Alison. Really great work on getting that. Eva's through. See, telephone bidders are coming through faster than people trying to check out now. So people on with it in your baskets, you've got to get a move on. George has just come in and got it. Eve Raz as well. Well done to you, telephone bidders. You are getting your hands on plenty of these, and why not at that price point? The Opal is astonishing, and only 41 opportunities left. Well done to you all. Sensational. It's going to go great with that Opal as well, and I mean that. Okay, whilst I'm so jealous of that. It's an amazing collection. Please send in your wall of fames with those. Or just send me a piece if you want. It's up to you. I'm going to head on over now to my lovely Gem Quo, and we're going to bring you another sort of selection of our pieces. Yeah. It's a great array, again, that we've got here to look at. And we're on to our third kit now, aren't we? Yeah. Our third kit of the day. These ones, I think, have got more gold tones in it, haven't they?
They have, and I've got the colours mixed up, but again, they go with, it definitely goes with the different colour felt pack that we've got here.
Absolutely. Yeah. So plenty of different colours in there. And we're going to be bringing you some gold now and loads of threads.
Yes. Yeah. So the threads are great, a great complement to the felt because it's that textile, it gives you that texture and that, you know, but it's in keeping then, so they all work together really well.
Sorry about that. Carry on, Lauren.
That's it, it's gorgeous.
It is stunning, isn't it?
And great big juicy cabs, which, you know, we all love those.
Of course we do. How were the juicy cabs to work with?
They were big and juicy, yeah. Absolutely lovely. They're just a brilliant focal point, and you know it's nice to use the felt alongside them because you can sort of encase them. You can they're not lost in the felt then because felt's quite bold sometimes. Yeah. Yet you can still have your cabochon being centre stage.
The centre of it. I've got 3 in my collection. You may well get 3 as well, but you'll definitely be getting 350 carats worth. So you might get 3, you might get 4, etc. But you will be getting around 350 carats worth. I've also got that cord pack for you. Now this is all 0.5, so that means approximately 0.5 mil in thickness. Now why is that good?
It really is. It's strong. It goes through most of your gemstones. It went through all of these little, even these little 6 mils or 5 mils that we've got in this bead tube. So it goes through everything, and it's great, but it's not too fine that you can't macrame with it. You can even do your pearl knotting and things like that if you can. You know, if you've got a good size,
if you've got decent sized pearl, you could do gem knotting with these, which should be lovely to have a really nice sort of traditional amount of colours with the white, and a bit more funky with the grey too. I have got an amount of wire here. Now, you've not only got your 0.6 in our original wire, and this is 10 metres worth, I also have 15 meters worth of my 0.25 in here as well, but so you're getting 5 extra meters with this in total. But I also actually have 10 meters worth of our 1 mil wire, don't I? But this is different. This is our soft core. Yes, it is backed by popular demand, and it is genuine gold plated, so it's not gold coloured, it's gold plated soft centre wire. This is something we hardly ever have on, and I know people love and adore it. Why do people love the plated? Obvious reason there, I suppose, but the gold plated wire with that soft copper core.
It's just so easy to work with, and you can work hard on it to get it to the same hardness as our other wires, but when you work with it, it's soft, you know, and it means you can make loops and curls easily. You can be more intricate with it then. Another point though is because it's gold, it is genuinely gold plated.
Yeah, it is,
but it doesn't have a plastic coating over the top of that.
No.
So it means that when you hammer it, you don't lose. Sometimes you get that plastic flaky. So you don't get that. So there's one advantage. The other advantage is if you're using any of the patinas, like the Swelligans, then it's a metal base to start with, no plastic. So it's actually great. It's ready, then primed and ready to use with other things.
Perfect. So I've got all of those treats there for you. I've got the the gold plated wire. The copper centre is soft in that one. I've also got the original, which is a 0.6 and a 0.25. I've got all of that cord, which comes to around about 600 metres worth of cord. I've got 350 carats worth of cabs, and I have that huge scoop of those beautiful quartzite as well, in those dyed quartz full mil rounds. Those are all of those today. Your price point for your swinging 60s is just £29.95 for you today, but that's not even the should-be price. The should-be price was closer to 40, but we're rolling it down now. £24.95 to get your hands on all of that. What do you think, Gem?
It's great value. Those tubes, there's about, if you strung those, there's about, I'd say about 6 strands just in the tube. Wow. So it really does go such a long way.
Go a long way.
Yeah, it does. Brilliant. It's great value.
It's great value for money with all of that. It truly is. And don't forget, it's genuine gold plated wire on that one, so treat yourself to it whilst you can. Okay, we've got a quick demo now for you to have a little look at how to use the felt and the wire together.
Yes, and it's something just a bit different. So even if you don't want to felt in the traditional ways, but you do love the texture and the colours and that, then we can use this as well. So I've got our wire twister tool here, and then there's all sorts of different twister tools that we sell, but this is the very simple one, and I've threaded 4 strands of 0.6mm wire into the twister tool, and then I've taken off a strand almost. Remember how I showed you in the first earlier how to pull it? You pull it down so you get fairly even length of your wool top.
The felt is coming on your screen right now, and it was the pink tones that we had for you.
Yeah. So then I'm going to double it up just so that I've got this section here where it's a loop over. It saves me knotting it because it won't knot very well, because obviously the fibres aren't joined yet.
And it's $7.95 for that 60s collection, which is in the pink, which I should be able to show you in. Oh, there it is. There you go.
Yeah.
White, purple, and black. White, pink, and black. You've got there.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, what I'm doing is where I've got this looped into my wire twister, I'm just gonna thread the felt strands through there just to hold it in place. And you can secure that however you like. I found this was the easiest way. And then just pull it all into place. Roughly try and lay the felt inside the wires if you can, but it doesn't matter too much because they will pretty much do as they please as we do this anyway.
Okay.
Okay, if you can get them started roughly in the middle of those, and just give it a twist to start it off. Okay, that's going to hold it all for you.
Brilliant.
Then you secure this the other end, just like we would if we were doing normal twisting. Would you like to
Hold it with this, yeah.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll wrap it around the handles and you can hold it across, and then it won't hurt your hands.
Great, yeah.
Do this around any door handle, or if you've got a vice at home, vice is a good thing. So I'm just securing the bottom of the wire to a handle or a vice of it at any point.
Perfect.
And then use your twister to just twist it. And what's happening is it's getting caught in the wire, and the wire is being covered by, I've over twisted a bit, but there you go, so it's only a short length.
Yeah.
But that's it covered then.
How wonderful
And
is
then
that?
you
And it's
can-
still got movement.
Yeah, and then you can use that wire as a neck in your neckline pieces.
Brilliant.
Or you can sculpt with it, you know, wire work with it as you would any other wire.
Yeah.
That piece there, I've just done lots of sort of vines then, entangled.
Wonderful.
Okay.
If you do want to learn how to needle felt, you know, you've seen our pieces done earlier. We did a demo with it, but we do have the DVD, which is on your screen now as well, $4.95. And don't forget, we've had the tools you need on today, so great new medium for people to try.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's brilliant.
It is fab.
It's brilliant. Just show the finishing it off. If you just wrap your wire around just to hold it in place at the ends, that's all you need to know, really.
Oh, fab.
Yeah.
Dab of glue, or is it happy like that?
You can pop a dab of glue on there, but
Happy as it is.
these ends, I just wrap them round.
Lovely jubbly. Thank you for showing us that, Gem.
You're welcome.
Now, we're going to do something a little bit different, a little bit peculiar. Not only are we going to go to the Wall of Fame in a bit, but before that, I've got a super special star by. Created in Italy, created near Mount Vesuvius, created totally by Mother Nature, not messed around with at all, with any treatments by us. This is a totally real deal natural strand of your vivacious Vesuvianite. It's rich, it's intense, and it is vibrant, but it's got that beautiful mottled like effect as well that just gives a kiss and a nod to Mother Nature herself. It is absolutely the palette of choice for lots of designers, but not just that, you can see how this has been created, which makes it great for anyone who truly loves their gemstones. If I hold it out, you should be able to see, look at how vivacious this is, look at the vibrancy. Can you see those gorgeous internal characteristics, those speckles? Now that's what we can see in Vesuvianite. We can see these kind of interrupted moments of the light glimmering and the light shining against that beautifully vivid background. It's got a glorious green note to it, hasn't it? If you were lucky enough to earlier on purchase the Colombian emerald, I mean, when we talk about a match made in heaven, people will literally be green with envy over this as a pairing, wouldn't they? You've got so much of that vitality there. It is fresh. It is a fresh, bright, vivid tone that we have running through it. And the fact that I've got so many of the graduation in sizes on there means that it's a versatile piece for us to have too. You've got ones that have the opportunity for light to band through them, like, you know, a lamb jumping in a field. It's got that kind of freshness of life colour to it in the end pieces here, but then going more towards the centre, because you've got that more of that area, the saturation's got the opportunity to get more intense, so you have got that really interest for the inside and you get that deepness and richness. This is going to work with any single colour you have in your collection, because realistically, let's face it, it has got that beautiful stem-like quality to it, perfect for this time of year. It's vivid, it's vibrant. We're going to add it to your collection today. Do you know why? Because of the price. Collector's opportunity here should be $24.95. We want everyone to have a go, not just the connoisseurs, We want everybody, the crafters of the world, the creatives of the world, the people who just want to give something a go and just be a bit different and be a bit wild and step out of your comfort zone. It's here for you, because how many times do we have Vesuvianite on? I don't know myself. Do you know? 4, 5, 6 times in the last few weeks. It's not a lot at all. So to have it with that much kind of vitality, isn't it? It is vivid, it is vibrant, it has got that beautiful vivacious colouring to it. It's going to go with so much, and it really, really will. Add it to your collection today at $19.95. What do you think of Vesuvianite, Gem?
I think this is the first time I've seen it, and
really?
It's like peridot and dioxide have got together and made a hybrid. It's,
yes,
you know, it's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Lovely colour.
Yeah.
Really beautiful.
Absolutely, isn't it? We've dropped it dramatically in price for you today. It is just sensational. £19.95 for you today. Well done, everyone. You know, I told you it was super special star buy. It's because it's a double whammy. Yeah, I've got another one here for you. This is just spectacular, because the workmanship, the craftsmanship that's gone into this birthstone creation is beyond anything else. It really is highly faceted, highly glamorous, and it could be yours today. It's your shaded birthstone of beautiful amethyst, micro-faceted. So you've got to get your hands on it whilst you can. Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it? You've got this stunning shaded amethyst that we have here. It is beautiful in its look, in its appearance, and its appeal, and the facets on this are intense. You have got such a gorgeous graduation of colour, from a really, really light kind of pinky tone all the way to those richer kind of more archetypal purples that we're getting in here. Amethyst is a beautiful birthstone of February, but also it's the horoscope sign of Aquarius as well, January babies. And it is a stunning strand to add to your collection, because it does have that brightness, it does have a really high standing name to it. But when you've got micro-faceting, you've got workmanship to the extreme. You've seen that film I've shown you a few times of, you know, Steve trying to facet a normal sized gemstone. To be able to do it with micro-faceted on these ones is absolutely intense. Imagine doing something like that star and moon design we saw from Jam earlier on with this. Imagine trying to do that ring design that we saw earlier on that Jan made for us. Maybe you couldn't stretch to that of the Colombian emerald. You know, it's Colombian emerald, it's high end, it's up there. Maybe you couldn't stretch to that, but you want to do a similar look, a similar design at a lower price cost. Well, now's your opportunity. Shaded amethyst, micro-faceted, your price is not £17.95. It should be, it could be, it would be any other day of the week, but it's the end of the month. We know a lot of you don't get paid until tomorrow, so do you know what? We're gonna treat you, because we don't all want to have to wait till payday. Let's get ourselves something special whilst we can. We're dropping it down in price. Should be £17.95. Well, it shouldn't, because the workmanship, the craftsmanship is a shocker. We're gonna roll it down to just £13.95 for a highly faceted, beautiful gemstone strand with that gorgeous sparkle of the amethyst on here. It looks high-end, it looks luxurious, and it is, but it's not at that price point, is it, Gem?
It's amazing, isn't it, how you can get it to that price. It's just beautiful. I would like to give it to Prue and get her to Kumahimo with it. So 2 strands, Kumahimo braid, and it would just, can you imagine how much sparkle that would give off if it was clasted that intensely? Beautiful.
Sorry if you just saw Dion's back. She just walked completely in front of shot, so I've made to stay here. Yeah, you just walked straight in front as Gemma was talking. What are you bringing me, pal?
It's going to go lovely with this, ain't it? It's going to be about 10-15 minutes.
Has this just got here?
Just got here, just arrived.
Oh, you're joking. Thanks, Dee.
Cool.
Wow! Yeah, they go perfectly well together. That's coming up for you really, really, really soon. That and that together, I mean, spectacular, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the idea of giving it to Prue and seeing what she could do.
Yeah, that would just do it absolute justice, I think. Yeah. You see, when you twist it like that, that's the sort of how you're going to maximise that sparkle.
So you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And if you've got any super fine cords, you know, even your thinner wires should fit through these, because I'm looking at them and it is on, let me just check, the temporary strand itself is beading thread, so we know beading thread's going to go through it, don't we? It is temporary strand of beading thread that we've got in here, so we know that things like our 025 are more than likely to go through it. We know that some of our S-on cords as well are more likely to go through it, and of course it is on beading thread, so we know beading thread's going to go through it. So although they are dainty, they're still really workable, aren't they, Gem?
Yeah, absolutely. They're absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah. Do treat yourself to these whilst you can. We've taken that to a very, 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 very naughty price point. In fact, so naughty. We thought we were going to do it for 14, but hey, we decided not to. We thought 13, unlucky for some, not for us, when we've just dropped it so dramatically in price. This is a £20 strand. Well, it's not. How much was it? Yeah, so yeah, essentially a £20 strand then, really, isn't it? But not today. Not today. It's £13.95 for serious sparkle, serious glamour, a gemstone that everyone recognises as well. So just astonishing. It really, really is. 8 carats of these, and it is 2 mil of these. Well done to everybody who got those. Just sensational. Now, if you are watching us on channel 30, you may well be able to carry on watching us. We are not sure. If you are watching us on channel 30, why don't you just take this break to retune to channel 76 on your free view, because I've got loads more coming up. I really do. We've got more time to chat to Gem, and I've got that beautiful opal coming up, which is pink, but it's also purple, and purple's kind of bluey. Stay tuned, I'll be back in just a few seconds. I'll see you after this short break. Bye.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our no quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund. Join guest designer Gemma as she brings you a fascinating DVD that teaches you how to create all of your important findings that are essential to everybody's collection. Gemma will take you through step by step to create all of your finishing touches that bring your pieces to life, essential for all jewellery makers. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
Today's course has been really good. I've been on the micro macrame course with Deborah, and we've been doing quite a lot of knotting techniques and bringing them together to make a little small owl. And then we're currently working on a freeform necklace or bracelet, which is really good because there's no rules. It's been a really, really good day. You get an awful lot from it, just in terms of being able to use your own imagination to transfer it into the piece that you're making, and it's just been a really good day, yeah.
New to polymer clay? Then why not come and join guest designer Debbie Bulford and be introduced to this creative medium. Debbie will guide you through the basic techniques of creating bead shapes, canes, pendants, feature beads and much more. The full course includes black and white clay, a colour clay pack of your choice, use of all relevant tools, a buffet style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and a visit to the Gemstone Museum and our shop. And all this for just $64.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Did you know that if you go to JewelleryMaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you will receive 20% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, theme shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. The summer is here and that sun is sizzling, so Jewellery Maker want to cool you down. Join us Monday, August 3rd for our Sub-Zero show. We'll give you the chill factor with amazing new strands, great pricing and special offers including buy one get one frees. Oh, that was a bad one. The Sub-Zero show, August the 3rd between 9 AM and 1 PM. Nice to see you. I'm off to chill out.
Hello, Wall of Famers. How are we? We're going to have a little look at what Gem is holding in hand.
I've got number 234, real mix of mediums. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's from Yvonne Thompson. She says, this is my first attempt at mixing sari ribbon with gems. I hope you like it. It's fabulous. And I think that's just plaited and then chains plaited in with it. That looks so lovely.
It does look fab, doesn't it?
Lovely.
Really does.
Thanks, Yvonne.
How stunning is this?
That's gorgeous.
Put the colours together. Hi all, loving the shows lately, but I don't think my bank manager is liking it as much. This creation is using shell rose and resin and miking powders, all from JM. Pendant finding from a stash. Keep up the great shows and bargains, and that is from Lorna in Dorset. What a stunning array of colours to set it with resin as well. It looks like a proper cameo made design, doesn't it?
I was going to say, it looks very vintage, doesn't it? Authentic.
238's your number.
I've got number 236. I love these bracelets, especially that bottom one. It's from Tony, and she says, or he says, hi there, these are my trio of anklets. The top one is with fluorite, second with cracked quartz, and the third is with jingle bells, all findings and wax cords and satin cords from JM. The bells are from my own stash. Good luck to all who entered. From Tony. I love those. I bet that is lovely to wear.
Yeah. And you can hear you coming.
Yeah.
237. Everything is from JM. Even the bust. I have used amethyst and tourmaline nuggets with small hematite rounds. Thank you all for the inspiration and laughs. Hopefully a win will happen this week as the draw takes place. I'm in a workshop, and that is from Laura in Cheshire. Well, Laura, we will see you on Wednesday. Thank you for that. And tourmaline, how kind of you. 237's your number.
That's gorgeous. This is absolutely stunning.
So neat.
235. It's from Jane in Kent, and she says, here's my entry to this week's Wall of Fame. It was my first attempt at wire weaving using silver-plated wire and a labradorite cabochon. That's ridiculous. I'm really pleased with it, how it turned out, and I'm looking forward to trying the technique on sterling silver wire, perhaps with one of those lovely sapphire faceted cabochons. Yes, they were stunning. Good wishes to all from Jane in Kent. Can you believe that's the first attempt?
No. In fact, I refuse to.
Yes.
That's amazing. Just beautiful. Thank you for sending those in. Don't forget the draw is announced on Wednesday. Me and Gem are heading back on over here.
Okay.
Because Gem's got to carry on with the challenge. I've got to bring you some more treats, such as, for example, Opal. This is your stop.
I feel all professional walking. I've never done
that
before.
Have you not? Is it nice? I like it.
Can we do it again?
Well, no, we can't. I've got no time, Gem. We have got more treats for you to come up still, including that gorgeous purple, pink shaded opal I brought to you earlier on. Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen, we have got less than an hour left, so I need to bring you some spectacular pieces. Where to did you say, sorry, Poppet? Including the Zari threads. Pack of 3 that we've got here, because we've just seen that really nice plaited design, and we could do something like that with these, couldn't we, Gem?
Yeah, you could plait them together for that extra texture. Yeah.
I know you like working with cords. What would you be doing with these ones?
They look great twisted again together, so you get like a rope work technique, because they're already ropey. Yeah, well, they're already rope, so if you twist them again, they'll combine and, you know, give you a really chunky look.
Sorry, I'm totally showing you the wrong things here. Ta-da! These are your threads. I'm showing you the cords. These are your threads that we're working with here. But same rules apply, doesn't it?
Yeah, yes. Well, you can twist them together again. They've got a really great metallic luster.
Yeah.
But they're like a sheen rather than
well, as an
a sparkle.
mystic, they're a sheen. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You have got 3 different colours here: the red, silver, and blue. That's a lovely colour palette, isn't it?
It is, yeah, yeah, and very British.
Yes, 375 metres worth in total. Your price point today is just £6.95 for 375 metres worth of anything. Is a great price, especially into places like haberdasheries where you do pay per metre. But today you've got £6.95 on all of this. No need to sit there and wait and measure it all out and just get the minimum that you can get as much as you like and a price you can afford. Leanne says, I have these and they're great for tatting. Tell me what tatting is.
It's a lacework technique. In making like scallops. It's a cross between embroidery anglaise and lace. You make lots of scallops and they join together to make beautiful patterns.
Love that idea. I think that looked fab. Thank you for that, Leanne. Now I've got another tool for you because you know earlier on we were chatting about the tool shed. We were talking about our absolute essentials, weren't we? And this is one of the pieces that, again, we filmed in our workshop this morning with Spelby, one-step loopers. Take a little look. Now these are the original set that we had. These ones are the smaller ones. They do a slightly smaller loop. They do a 1.5 loop. These ones are great for using on your 0.6 wire in particular. They create a really nice head pin for you. It's so easy to use. In fact, look, you could see exactly how to use it. You pop your wire in, you squeeze the handle together, it chops, it curves, it swirls, it's taken off, it's done all in one. It's that one-step looper. That's pretty much the only thing it doesn't do is put the kettle on. It's super duper easy to use. It really, really is. It's great for doing kind of rosary-esque style links, chains. It's great for doing your eye pins, which of course we don't sell anymore in our findings packs. It's great for a multitude of things. Instructions all on the back. They are fab to use. It'll last you a lifetime. And there's something that isn't going to go out of style or fashion because let's face it, this is an imperative. We always need these, even if it's just to add a connector. Your price point today for your one-step original loopers should be $24.95, but guess what? It's not. I can't think of a time that I've ever seen these dropped in price.
That's a very good price.
That's really good, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
Should have been £25.
Yeah. They're specialist tools. You don't expect those to come down.
No, you don't.
Like
all right, fair enough. The ones we make, then yes, you could.
Yeah.
Because we make them and we can take a hit on it. But on professional ones like this that aren't made by us, you wouldn't think that, would you?
No, no. This really saves such a lot of time.
Yeah. Hey, got mine last time. So easy. I have large hands. I have large hands. Have a great day. And that's from Anne in John O'Groat. Anne, I love that there's a full stop on that. I have large hands. I liked it. But I know what you're saying. What you're saying is that even though you do have, large hands, pieces like some tools can be a little bit fiddly, can't they?
Yeah.
If you have got hands of the larger persuasion. But no, these are going to make your life much, much easier, aren't they? Thank you for that, Anne. £18.95 for you today. TFBD 84. Really easy to use. Really easy to use. Just like you would a normal plier. Okay, got for you now a pearl bundle, a pearl quartet to be precise. Some of these look round. Never seen that colour before. It's like an olive green. I mean, some of these look really round. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, that's why they look round. They are. Some of them are. listen, we've got the apple green, I described it as olive, but each to their own, 4 mil, not a 4 by something, 4 mil. Your burgundy, a 5 mil, not 5 by 7 potato, no, they are a 5 mil, they say. Although they are described as a potato pearl, but that's because, I suppose, not all of them do look perfectly round. You've also got the maroon, which again, 5 mil, and then you've got the silver, and those are a 4 to 5 mil. So they're not a by 5, they're 2.5 for you, which is just sensational, isn't it? We very rarely get any kind of roundness on our strands because it is a high end, you know, as we were talking before about the mollusk and about how it's created and about how Mother Nature doesn't work in usual ways. She doesn't work drawing circles with everything, does she? So some of these are beautifully round that we have here. I love the different array of colours we've got as well, I really do. And I think every single one of them will have a perfect pairing from the show that we've had already. What about something like the pearl with the burgundy? What about, not the pearl, sorry, the ruby. What about something like these huge pearls I had with the silver? What about something like the Vesuvianite with that beautiful apple or olive green? And what about something like my up and coming strand with that lovely, how perfect are they? This is a great little collection that we have here because it goes with so much you've already got in your stash, and it goes with so much you've had the chance of owning today. Your pearl quartet for all 4 strands with rounds, your price point £19.95 for you today. Perfect rounds in here as well, don't forget about that. And they're working out less than £5 per strand for a perfect round strand. That just doesn't happen. We don't get rounds often at all, ever, really. I can't think of a time we've seen a quartet selection of rounds. Can you, Jem?
No, it's rare you get the rounds that come up anyway.
Yeah.
But they're lovely. I love the size of those as well, that little delicate size.
And why so much?
Why so much? As in, why do I like them so much?
Yeah.
Because they don't overpower when you layer, and I like layers, but when you've got a small pearl like that, you can layer them. They also can space out other pearls, and they're just really delicate, lovely in little bracelets and rolled up. Just gorgeous.
They are fab, aren't they? Well done to you who are getting your hands on these. It's unusual to have round pearls, especially ones that are so affordable at under £5 a pop. So do get them whilst you can, because these don't come around often. And you don't want to miss out on this sort of thing, do you? You don't want to at all. You don't want to be thinking in a few weeks' time, oh, wish I had a perfect pearl to finish this off. Oh, no. Wish I'd got those pieces before. Oh, I've got a gorgeous strand and it looked really nice with like an appley, olivey pearl. We don't want that, do we? No, so do treat yourself to these now, because once it's gone, it's gone. £19.95. GTGC 17 is your code on those ones. It's a very quick quartet that we've got there for you. I need to bring you something very special. It's going to be, well, it's got to be one of the stars of my show. It is your star buy. Lavender opal. Yes, that's a natural colouring. No, it's not a dye. No, we've got plunked this in a pool of dye. It's absolutely natural. Isn't it amazing that Mother Nature brings us gemstones with this colour? Don't get me wrong, she doesn't bring many, does she? Don't get me wrong, she does not bring many at all. Don't get me wrong, you know, we don't see any kind of colours like this often, let alone in opal. You've got on here one of the rarest colours of opal possible. You've got on here one of the rarest opal in availability. You have got here a genuinely astonishing and exceptional example of what an opal can look like. We have got here for you today something that I've only had the opportunity to see twice, possibly, in my time here at Jewellery Maker, and this is a new strand and it wasn't this strand. I've only managed to see, hello everyone who's coming in, I've only managed to see ever lavender or pinky tones of opal off the top of my head. In fact, it might have been one strand that I've sold twice, but I think that's it off the top of my mind. One strand of pink lavender that I've seen sold to you twice before. Today though, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to say, it kind of blows the other one out of the water. And I know you shouldn't say that. I was in love with that strand. I still am in love with that strand. I can image it perfectly in mind. In fact, this is so sad, but I hope you at home will forgive me for just being an absolute geek and sad. I love that pink and lavender opal so much that, yes, I do have a picture of that strand on my phone. Okay, all right, I said it. Yes, I took a picture of that strand so I could have it with me at all times whenever I needed a bit of inspiration. But I do and did and still do adore that strand that I brought to you. However, the pieces were nowhere near as big as this. And do you know why? Because to find a natural lavender opal is so difficult to do. It's not like things like your fire opal from Mexico. Now, don't get me wrong, fire opal from Mexico, you know, it's not really easy gemstone to get your hands on. Of course it's not. It's in a volcanic region. It's pretty tricky, but it's easier than getting your hands on quantities and pieces as large as this. Yes, okay, I will have seen pieces about this large in maybe a Mexican fire opal, you know, up to a 9x4 possibly, but I tell you what, I've not seen an African opal of this size. I've not seen the Ethiopian opal of this size. That's been faceted, and I've most certainly not seen a natural coloured lavender stone like this in opal. That previous strand that I was talking to you about, you can see that dramatically is going down, dramatically going down. I can tell you that that piece of opal I've got that picture on my phone of that is a lavender pinky tone. I can tell you that that one, the largest size that we went up to on that was a 5x4, and the reason I know is because I had a picture of the real thing and I took a picture of it, the graphics on the screen as well, so I always had the code for it for when it came back in, fingers crossed. But that one, nowhere near as big as this, is a 5 by something, 5 by 6, 5, but anyway, it's nowhere near as big as the pieces in this. So actually, to get something that's natural, to get something that is and has the title of opal, but to get it alongside that lavender tone with all of these really feminine colours and all these really feminine looks is absolutely astonishing. Now, Dion is going to show you and blow your socks off with this price. £11.95 for opal, full stop. Is fab. To bring you one of the rarest colours of opal in this stunning lavender palette is astonishing. To bring it to you actually in huge pieces like this, a 9x4 is jaw-droppingly phenomenal. I can't believe I've managed to do that today. You saw the look on my face when Dion brought it in earlier. My eyes absolutely lit up. I didn't realise that was the price until we went to that break, and honestly I basically spent the whole break just, what? You know, $11.95? No. Sure? What? No. That is just astonishing, isn't it? 39 of these left. You've got to check out them baskets. Come on, because I tell you what, people are hot on your heels right now. £11. £11.95. Don't tell anyone this, but £11.95. You know, you might get a really nice faceted strand of agate. This is natural. Yeah, it's natural. Yeah. Sorry, someone's just texting going, is it natural? Yeah. Look at the bottom of your screen. If you're watching on telly, you see at the bottom of the screen it says lavender opal from Africa, just above the number. Can you see that bit that says AGW? After that, if it's blank, it means it's natural. It means it's not treated. After that, if it's got something in brackets, the letter in brackets will represent something else. So say at the end of that AGW, there's a bracket and there's a H, means it's heated. If it's an I, it means irradiated, etc. Well done everybody who got that. I've got 1 or 2 of them left, but you've got to come in quick if you want those ones. You really, really do. Pardon? How did I know? How did I know this? Honestly, Dion loves it to tell me, right, we've hardly got any time left, we've got to go really quick on this last section, and then give the biggest bundle of the week every single time. And she hasn't let us down. Let's have a look at what we've got here. This is cube-tastic. Now let me just run through exactly what we're getting here, because you've got a massive amount. Whoa! Green fluorite! Oh, you're joking. Oh my gosh, I love green fluorite. Do you know what's dead exciting about green fluorite? How much it glows. Now, we all know that fluorite glows because essentially there was a gentleman called George who did an experiment on it, and essentially what he saw was with fluorite, when it was put into UV light, so i.e. when you wear it outside, the internal structure of this kind of vibrates and gets excited. All the tiny elements in there really get excited and really kind of bash together, and it essentially generates a glow. So fluorite glows better than most gemstones in the world ever, but UV light is also affected more with the green tones than, say, maybe your reds and your oranges and yellows. So with a green gemstone is more likely to be more fluorescent and more bright and shining than any other gem. So I've got a really fluorescent fluorite with the most fluorescent colour you can get, which means this is going to glow and give femininity like any other. It's fab. I love that strand. Okay, so I've got your green fluorite. They're all 6 mil on that strand. I've also got for you your multicoloured quartz cubes. I haven't seen multicoloured quartz in ages, and look, we've even taken the time to graduate the colour. How nice of us. I've got the rose quartz cubes as well. They're also a 6 mil. I've got the carnelian, which, don't forget, we aren't currently purchasing at this moment in time, are we, carnelian? Do you remember? Let me say to you, we're not currently purchasing it at this moment in time, the carnelian. You've got 150 carats worth of the crackled cubes as well, which is here right near that middle. Gorgeous to have that crackle effect on these. It's been given a really nice heat, and which has given it a really interesting kind of internal structure on it. You've also got your green magnesite there. You've got your snowflake obsidian too. Snowflake obsidian builds up from a really interesting kind of formation. I love snowflake obsidian, and I'll be honest, it's because it reminds me of Game of Thrones. That's because obsidian, you know, you've got, if you watch Game of Thrones, you've got obsidian, which is kind of the glass that they use, isn't it, the dragon glass, but then also you've got snowflake obsidian. I think of the White Walkers, but with your snowflake obsidian, you know, it is something that's built up by volcanic eruptions and volcanic ash, and you get all of these individual little air pockets almost built within there. It's just sensational. I've then got for you, as well as all of that, which we don't see snowflake often at all, do we, the obsidian, you've got your white highlight cubes. Those two are 6 mil. Rainbow coated quartz in the rose quartz. It's a really gentle coating. Don't forget, with the coating, we're not hiding anything. It's not to paint. You can still see through this gemstone. It just gives you a really interesting look, and the one we've put on this is almost a little bit rainbow, so it gives you almost a pearlescent effect to it. I've also got in there your blue magnesite. Those are 4 mil, so we're getting more dainty on those ones. The white quartzite too is a really cute dainty one, which is really nice look and effect. And then I've got your purple magnesite cubes too, which are the purple ones. I mean, they're fab together, aren't they? Both 4 mil there. So we've got 8 mil with the rainbow, we've got 6 mil with the others, and we've got 4 mil in the blue magnesite, the white quartzite, and that purple magnesite. This collection is phenomenal. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 strands of cubes, which we hardly ever see. Sometimes when we see cubes, we'll see it in a kit, and we'll see one strand in a whole kit that's £29, won't we? But we only see one strand. Actually, we don't want the rest of the kit, we just want that one strand. But we do it and we buy it because we hardly ever see a strand of cubes. So yes, all right, we can spend what is essentially £29 on one strand of cubes, because that's just what we want to get our hands on. Not today. Your chance is nearly over. You've got to get it whilst you can. Your price point today for the ultimate cube collection, just £39.95 for you today on this one. Get it whilst you can. Come on in and get them whilst you can. It's not like your mystery strand bundle, which actually, when we do our mystery £10 strand bundle, you know, with our mystery strand bundle, we do the 10 strands for close to that point, but you haven't got a clue what you're going to be getting. It's nice to have this symmetry, isn't it? And Gemma, I know you've worked with shapes like this before, yeah, and I know that you like working with unusual, quirky, but quite stylized shapes like this. Why is that?
I think it just adds a different dynamic, and I think we're used to seeing rounded beads, round beads, you know, drop beads. These are just different, so they just add a bit of versatility. But they make great alternatives for beady beads, or and they're perfect for the loom. These, you know, square beads, these cubes are perfect for looming with. You can get really big, bold rows. And if you've got them the same size there, you can alternate, make patterns, zigzags or stripes.
Yeah.
So, you know, that it's lovely to have a bundle of that many.
Yeah.
that variety. Yeah,
to give you that variety.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's just astonishing that you've got your hands on these ones today. It really, really is. And don't forget, if you want to give some inspiration, have a little look at some inspiration. On Sunday, on our designer morning show, on Sunday, the Sunday Experience, and we actually gave these to some of the ladies, and they made some stunning pieces with them. We're taking pictures and we've put it on the JewelleryMaker Facebook page, and of course you can watch it back if you want to on the YouTube channel. But to give you a bit of inspiration, because there was loads of different people using lots of different combinations with these, and it was really popular, so get it whilst you can, and at that price point it's going to keep you going and going and going, and never again do you have to buy a kit because you want that one strand, because you've got them all here. Your Ultimate Cube collection, 24 chances left and that's it. But once people checked out, it's going to be less than that. I'm going to be into my teens once everybody checks out. Well done everybody. $39.95. Check them out whilst you get the opportunity. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Sorry. I've messed up. There's not 10 strands. 11. No, there's not. I'm so sorry. There's not. There's 12. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I've really just messed up. You know why I've just messed up? Because that's why I kept going, and there's 10, because I'm trying to tell my producer Dion definitely how many there are, and she's like, yeah, okay, great, okay. So I'll work it out on 10 strands, then I'll work out that price on 10 strands. Oops, I just found 2 more in the box. You saw me, I was about to put that away. 12 strands. Everyone was happy with that price though. I've just given you 2 extra strands for free. Not a problem, it's what I'm here for. It's completely not what I'm here for, but oh well. Well done everyone. 12 strands, $39.95, can't get over that. What a muppet. In a really good way. Okay, we've got to move on now. I've got toggle clasps for you here, and actually with a big array of colours like that, it's quite nice to be able to bring you an array of colours with our findings at the end. Toggle clasps are a really simple clasp for us to use at the end of pretty much any of our designs, really. I've got for you there your gold and your rose gold as well in there. You have got a lovely pairing here that go really nicely together. Really beautifully. Gold and rose gold plated, and they have got the twist detail to them. And don't forget, you get the free jump ring here, because this jump ring that I'm holding you will take off and you can use it as your clasp, because sometimes, well, in fact pretty much all the places I've seen them do toggle clasp, they never actually bring you the jump ring, they just bring you the bars and the rounds. We have got real deal plating over the top of these, so real gold, real rose gold with that copper base, making them super sturdy. They're a beautiful design, and they're yours today for the toggle collection. You're getting 10 of these for $7.95. What do you think of that? Because they are so detailed.
They are. They're lovely, and I love those with the sheet copper. And I think Fleur might be doing that this afternoon actually. But they're nice because they're flat. It looks like you've actually made them yourself with the sheet. So I love those, and the size of them, because I like chunky, bold jewellery. Yeah. So you need a chunky, bold clasp, and they're perfect.
They are wonderful, aren't they? They really are sensational. Get them whilst you can. You need the opportunity to get these whilst you can. And don't forget, if you're wondering, why are they wearing them t-shirts again? Well, don't forget, if you're watching on channel 30, you need to retune your TV to channel 76. I know that you can watch us now on channel 30. I'm aware that you can watch us now on channel 30, but we're not going to be there for long. We're not going to be there for long. £7.95 for you today on this one. We're on channel 30 up until 1 o'clock, but we're going to have a total switch over soon, and we won't be on channel 30. So one day you're going to tune in and go, hey up, we're a jewellery maker. What's this that's on? We are going to be on 76, but if you don't retune now, then you essentially might forget. You won't find us. So retune your TV when you get the opportunity to in a little bit. Toggle clasp collection, £7.95 for you today. Zigzag 05 is your code on these ones, and they're going to go with a gorgeous variety because you have those 2 tones as well. Got you another little collection here for you. Pop all them in. Pardon, pop it. Got for you some Okay, 21 chances. Emerald, I showed you one strand earlier on. I've got 2 strands now. I've only got 21 opportunities because Dion wasn't allowed to schedule anymore because the price is just a corker. I've got 2 strands of genuine emerald. Maybe you couldn't stretch to the Colombian emerald before. Yes, I know we did a real silly price on it, but maybe you couldn't stretch for one strand to an emerald like this, for one strand. You couldn't stretch to it. But today, you've got the opportunity to get your hands on 2 strands of emerald. This is your emerald plain nuggets. They're up to a 9x3, and you've got your shaded emerald in here as well, which are the ovals. A really nice sizable piece in there also, 11x6. Maybe you couldn't stretch to that Colombian emerald before for just 1 strand, and you want to treat yourself to 2. You've got the opportunity. It's ever amazing emeralds, and your price point for them is just $14.95 for you today. And can I just say to you, on our sister channel last night, they had this strand, well, not this one, but one very, very similar, and it was worn as a necklace all the way through the show. They had another one actually earlier on in the day that was an opal as well on our sister channel on Gems TV. Yes, I watch Gems TV when I'm at home because I can't get enough of the gemstones. But this was worn by the presenter, one very similar to this, all throughout the entire show. It was one of their big, amazing star buys, and they brought it for $14.95. Like I say, it wasn't exactly the same, but it was. It was a double strand. I was like, hey, have they got some of our products? It wasn't the exact same strand, but it was a double strand like this, and it was $14.95, and that was one of their biggest pieces, you know, a really astonishing price, and it really is. You're getting 2 for that today, though. Hey, why not? Ever amazing emeralds at $14.95 for the equivalent of the length of 3 strands. Got something special for you now. Are we ready? Are we ready? Turquoise. I think this is blue. Isn't that phenomenal? Guess what this is? It's not 10 metres, is it? 50 metres worth. Where has my 50 metres worth spool been all my life? I feel like it's an urban myth. I feel like it's a memory. I feel like I've had a dream and woken up and gone, oh, I just had a wonderful dream that 50 metres worth of wire exists on a spool, but obviously they don't. They do. Do you remember? We used to have them quite a bit, didn't we? No more. No more. I haven't seen them in ages. It's lovely to bring it to you today, especially in this turquoise tone, because wow, isn't that bang on trend right now? Have you seen these colours around in shops and on adverts and in programmes and in kind of clothing stores? I have. It's a wonderful colour, perfect for your holidays, and it is bang on trend, Gem. I'm going to ask one of the trendiest people in the room right now.
Wow.
Gem.
I thought you were going to ask Kerry.
Yeah. Kerry's not in the room.
Or Pete.
Brother Pete. Oh yeah, I forgot he was here. Sauce Pete. You're hidden behind the camera, my lovely Pete. Okay, well, let's ask the second most most up-to-date person in the room. Gem, it's bang on trend, this, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's sort of corals and turquoises, what everybody's buying for the holiday season, for sure. Yeah. And the thing is that I love about turquoise wire in a 1 mil in particular is that this, we can be hammered, so we can literally just make a nice shape with it, hammer it out. That's your focal, that's your pendant, no more needed. Yeah, it's great because it's your framework, isn't it? You can create all your structure with that, and you can incorporate your metals if you want to, your metal tones in with it, but have that framework of the blue.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's blue, and for you, it's not $17.95. We laugh in the face of $17.95. It sounds like this. £11.95. 50 metres. We've not seen it in ages. It's been dropped to an all blue Dion price point of $11.95, and it's your 1 mil. It's your 1 mil, which again we haven't actually seen that much of. If you notice in kits and bundles, we've seen a lot of 0.6 and a lot of 0.8, but 1 mil we're not seeing much of, let alone for 50 metre spools of this. Think about the amount of chains you could do, the amount of pendants you could do, the amount of rings you could do with this. It's just phenomenal. It's an absolutely huge amount that you could make with this, really, isn't it? I mean, you could just do so much with this, and you don't need loads of it at all. If you want to, you know, zhuzh something up, you could do an anklet with this, couldn't you? You could do rosary link chains with this. You can do some really beautiful pieces, even just by getting it and plaiting it really simply like this. How gorgeous does that look? All you need is this 1mm wire and maybe another colour. Have you got some in your stash? Think about the amount of pieces you could make to look like this. I got this when you used to dye it in 100 meters. The colour is amazing. Thank you very much for that, Coral, and thank you for watching it from my DI days. Yeah, it is a gorgeous colour. It's a real nice freshness. I'm glad you like it as well, Coral. And speaking of your name, Coral, I think this will go gorgeous if you've got any Coral, wouldn't it? Coral, you agree?
It would go great with the barrels in my challenge as well.
Hey, you're right. Yeah.
It would be a lovely combo. Yeah. Particularly with that red, with the orangey. It's the orangey tone, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Fantastic.
Fab, isn't it? Gorgeous. Thank you for showing us that. 50 metres worth of your turquoise. Well done. $11.95 on that one. 50 metres worth. Those were the days. Where to did you say pop it? Red wire. This is your red wire that we've got here. Another 50 metre spool. Let's bring it back. Taking it back to the old spool. That's amazing! If I do say so myself. You have got here your 0.8 wire in that beautiful red tone. It's really bright, it's really fun, it's really just a stunning effect that we've got in here. And with your 0.8, again, you can make rings with this. We can do your gizmo coiling with this as well. It's a nice structural wire, and you can of course weave with this as a structural wire if you're going to use, say, 0.25 as the base. And don't forget, if that red's overpowering for you, if you're weaving around it, say with a silver or a copper or whatever your favourite 0.25 is to work with, you're only going to get the occasional flash of it on you, that gorgeous splash. I know I shouldn't say it, but perfect for Christmas, isn't it? It really is. It's fab. Did you see that angel that wonderful Alison made on the Christmas show we had the other day? Fab for pieces like that, isn't it? 50 metres worth. Your price point today. Shoulda, woulda, coulda means I'm out of time. Shoulda, woulda, coulda means I've changed my price mind. $9.95 for 50 metres worth. How much is 10 metres worth? That's like $6.95, isn't it? $6.95's about that. That is just absolutely a astonishing price point. $9.95 for 50 metres worth is beyond belief. And you know what? If you are brand new to jewellery making, if you are starting something out, look at that angel. If you are starting out doing something different, doing something new, or you're getting the teens involved, or even the kids involved, or the youngers involved, or just your best friends involved, starting off with a 0.8 can be really, really nice because it isn't too strong, it isn't too sturdy, but it's still got a little bit of strength to it. £9.95 is an absolute bargain. So come on in, get on the phone whilst you can. Last wire for you right here, right now, and it is pink and invisible. No, it's not invisible, it's just me who can't see it. There you are, hiding. This is a really beautiful pink, and it's your 0.6 pink wire that I have here for you. So I've just given you loads of the gauges. I've given you 1 mil, I've given you 0.8, and now I'm giving you 0.6 in that lovely pink tone for you. 0.6, great for lots of things. I personally like it for findings, but it is nice for lots of other pieces too. Quite a versatile link for you. And I would say you can do things like you know, your rosary links, your double wrap loops with things like this, with things like your 0.6, and it's more likely to go through gemstones than maybe some like your 0.8. It's going to go through more of those gemstones that do have those smaller size drill holes, so wonderful for you to work with those. It's easy to work things like this with. You see these gorgeous, Angela made these ones, and she sells her pieces and coaches in selling. It's a great one to have with this. Pink wire, it's a gorgeous colour. You can add a little flash, you can add a little splash, it will go with anything. Your price point today should be, let's go low, Let's go low, says Dion. Whoa. That is really low.
That's very low. That's a brilliant price. That's amazing.
10 metres worth for 0.6 is $5.95, I think.
Yeah.
For 10 metres.
That's what I was thinking.
For 50 metres worth, it's $6.95.
It's crazy.
But
0.6 is perfect for doing that plait work.
Yeah.
So layering up and doing the plaits, and great for your rosary links as well. So in findings,
yeah,
it's a really very useful gauge as well. It's not even, you know, like it's not useful. So
that is fab, isn't it?
Brilliant,
and
yeah.
actually, couldn't I do something like you did before with the felting with this?
Yeah, twisting. Yeah.
Twisting?
Yeah, that was the
Twisting with it.
0.6 that I used
Beautiful.
with the felt earlier.
Fab.
Perfect.
So we've already had a demo basically on how to use this, which is wonderful. And for things like the felting, if you did like that design, if you did like that idea, then you can use any colour over the top. And if maybe the pink's not quite your style, or even you're making something for somebody who doesn't particularly like pink, with that felt going over the top, you can't even see it.
No.
$6.95, which is just astonishing. That is low, isn't it? Low. Something you've got to keep on holding for me. Please keep on holding, because if you hang up now, if you abandon your call now, you probably won't get that, if I'm honest. You probably won't get it if you abandon your call now. Stay on the phone, you may as well, because it only costs 0 pence and 0p to be waiting on the phone, because it's a free phone number. It's back by popular demand. It's been away for a long time. Are we ready? The ring mandrel, it's back by popular demand. Another piece of essential kit. If you are planning on making a ring for yourself, for your loved ones, for your friends, your family, you can't do better than this. I've tried to make rings with things like spoon handles and thought, oh, it'll do. No, it doesn't. You can't hammer onto them. They aren't completely equal and even. They don't have a graduation of size, because let's face it, not everybody has the same size finger. This is just an essential, and it's something that, as far as I know, every guest designer carries around with them at all times. Am I right?
Yeah, I think you are right. I don't know any of us that don't.
No.
Yeah,
me neither.
Very, very useful. Even just as a general mandrel for making loops, circles, curves, just wouldn't be without it.
No. Absolutely. It's got a massive graduation of sizes on there. When I first saw a mandrel, I thought, oh, isn't it just for putting a ring on and seeing what size you are? No. If you get wire with this, say that 1 mil we did before, you can, even if you just do a really simple circle, do a little loop at each side, little spiral at each side, hammer it down, you've got a ring there in less than a minute, even if you're brand new. It's super duper easy to work with, and it does come with the little case, which is exactly what we were talking about earlier when we said that this wonderful hammer fits in there perfectly as well. This is what a lot of people will carry their hammer and their mandrel in together, because they are two essential tools. Your price point today for your ring mandrel, just £8.95 for you. It's an essential piece of kit, and I do need to get my hands on one of these because I don't know where mine's gone. So do treat yourself to this whilst you can. It's absolutely essential for things like your rings, for things like your earrings findings, for links, for doing this bending over bails as well on this. And it is a professional piece of kit as well. So if you do want to use this, you know, for measuring rings, if you do want to go into the really high-end sort of avenue of it, then you can with this. £8.95 for you here today. Well done, absolutely everybody. Doddy 52. There's loads of you coming in for this here. There's 14 holding on the phone line, so do come through, get those ones whilst you can, because there is a slight queue, not long though, just wait where you are, because we will be with you very, very soon. But I will say that people, genuinely, you know, we've got loads of you with it in baskets, but we've not got long to wait, so you may as well stay where you are on the phone line, and please do check out those baskets, because we haven't had it in ages, and it is a professional and essential piece of kit. Does what it says on the tin, and it is metal, so we can hammer onto it as well. £8.95 for you today. Well done, Dottie. 52. I've got a bezel mandrel for you now. I've got a round one for you here. Here we go, round mandrel here for you. Now, Jen, I suppose this just looks like a smaller version of a ring mandrel, but I presume we wouldn't use it for rings. What can we use this for, Jen?
You can use it for rings. It's good for stretching your rings, because if you make a smaller ring and then you can slide it down, you can hammer onto it. You can mould around it, make graduated quills, graduated large jump rings. It's just, again, it's one of those really useful tools, and you can attach it into your vise and hold it so that you can work onto that mandrel with your hammers and things like that.
Fab. So perfect for any of those things. Now, can I be completely honest? We didn't realise the price of this. I'll be totally honest. We shouldn't actually be having this on screen right now. That is an honest truth. Dion's literally just said, and then Kerry will vouch for it, Lauren will vouch for it, Pete will vouch for it. We've all just heard in our ear, I did not realise that was the price. Someone's changed it. It's gone down to something like that. I wasn't meant to put this on, but it's on now, so I better have. I'm going to do it quick though, because we shouldn't have this on screen, because the price today for you is just... Dion's even saying, now I really don't understand who's put that down in price. I don't understand how that's gone down in price. They are £6.95. I don't understand that. I just put it in my schedule because I've done it loads at £6.95, so I knew it was that. Well, I'm sorry, it's an accident. It's happened. It's happening. It's too late now. Make the most of it whilst you can. It's an accidental mistake, not to be repeated by Dion ever again, because she learns from her mistakes generally. So please do, please do, if you want it at that price point, add it to your baskets whilst you can, because that is mischievous. And you have bought lots of professional mandrels. What do you think of that price with this?
I think it's a remarkable price. Even if we just look at how much it costs to get it to our front door, you know, that's a really substantial piece of metal there. That's, you know, it's just a fantastic value. And then you're not going to pay all that postage that you would pay as well. So not only are you getting great value, you're getting, you know, really good deal on actually getting it to your door as well. Yeah. I think a variety of mandrels and things like that, you do need them all. Yeah, you really do. Yeah. You really do. And don't forget, you can do lots of things on this. You know, you can do jump rings, you can do bails, you can actually even do bezels, of course, with this. You can do loads on it, but I do have to move on. I know it's naughty, it's mischievous, but honestly, do. Because you knew the £6.95. That was an accidental thing. Sorry. Okay, just going to do a little bit of a recap for anyone who's just joined us. It's lovely to have you on with us this afternoon. It's been a really busy morning, hasn't it? Lovely busy morning. We're getting ready for a nice chilled out weekend, aren't we, team? I've got for you here your white cultured pearls, and these are 12 to 15 mil. These are luxury sized pearls and a bit more. Luxury sized pearls, we say, generally start off around a 9 mil, but 15 mil on these. That is chunky, monkey delightfulness. And the great thing about having such huge pearls as these is that you've got so much surface area on there for them to have that beautiful colour. And just to let you know, these are natural as well in their colour, ladies and gentlemen. £12.95 is the naughty price point we did on these, because it's just something a little bit special. I've got more people coming in for these. Well done. I know I'm moving on, but it's because I'm very aware of time. I've got for you now some cords for you coming up, and these are your weavy cords. I'd love you to tell us about these cords, please, Gem. These are just great for your weaving and your kumihimo, really, wouldn't you say? Yeah, I would say so. I don't think I've had them in a kit yet, but they look like they would felt as well. They look from here. They're do you know what they're made with? Do you know what their fabric is?
Good question. By the touch of it, no. If I'm honest, but look how much you're getting here, blimey.
They look like...
If I chuck one, will you be able to tell?
Yeah,
here you go. Catch. Hey, yes. Hands.
Oh no, these are lovely. No, I've not used these. No. But these are actually tubular in structure.
Okay.
So you, a bit light.
Ah, yes, so the hollow in the middle.
Yes. Not that you would necessarily use it like a tube, but it means that it's hard to explain. It means that when you tie them, they're somehow more whole.
Okay.
Doesn't make sense at all, does it? They look great knotted up. They do. They look great. Macrame, kumahimo, any sort of braiding and knot work. Yeah, perfect. And they're silky, lovely lustrous finish.
They are fab and silky, aren't they? Thank you for those. Just let you know, I've got 3 different colours. I've got 4 of your black, 3 of that chocolate brown, and 3 of your cream. 1 mil, and it's $6.95. I have got 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 metres worth of cord, of that gorgeous cord. 100 metres worth I've got here at $6.95.
That's brilliant.
Fab.
It is brilliant, yeah, because it's not cheap to buy. It really isn't.
No, I bet. No. Got to move on though. I'm giving you all of these treats. You're absolutely loving them. Do keep coming through for them. Lots of you on the phone lines. I've got some 925 for you here very quickly, because I don't feel like we've had that much on today, have we? 925 for you here today though, because we've got some really high-end elegance. We have had people saying about the emerald and the Colombian emerald I've had on today, and that beautiful opal that we've had on today as well. You want high-end mechanisms to go with it? Well, I've got it right here. It's genuine 925 sterling silver. It's got that brushed appeal to it. Your price for 3 pairs. What? What do you mean? No, it ain't. It ain't. It's not £9.95, should be. £7.95 for 3 pairs for you today. I mean, even if you just wore them as studs, happy days, because they're big, bold, beautiful. But look, they do have that hidden hook behind as well. So you can add some really nice, beautiful, big drops to these. You can add loads of chain to these. 3 whole pairs, it's genuine 95. Even if you've got sensitive ears, yeah, that's 92.5% silver. Yes, it's genuine sterling silver. And you get the butterfly backs on there as well, which is just phenomenal. I'm going to bring you some more 95. It's my last deal of the morning though, so get it whilst you can. And these ones are a bit naughty too. You brought the rounds, why not add a little bit of texture and a little bit of edging with the squares? You've got a lovely square here. I think these are perfect because they are so smooth and because they are so flat. These are going to be great to maybe put in initials in there if you're into your stamping, aren't they? Isn't that going to be lovely? You can colour these, you can age these, don't forget, because they are 925. They have got that loop at the bottom for you to really go for it with designs. 995 is not your price. We're ending on a bang. Are you ready? Are you steady? Let's go. Your price point today for 95 earrings, £6.95. That's not going out with a bang. That's going out with a firework display. That is £6.95. It shouldn't have been that price point, but it is 3 pairs of earrings. You're working out about what, £2.50 per pair? That is just less than that, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. About £2.30 something, isn't it, per one? That itself is just astonishing. Yeah, don't forget, you can add the names to those ones, can't you? And everything.
Yeah, and little initials look nice.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, they nice. Special numbers.
Yeah.
You've made loads, Coaster. As per usual.
I didn't think I had, and then I put it up there and I thought, oh yeah, I forgot I made that one at the beginning.
Yeah. And you've made loads of it. Take a look. There's a huge amount on there. You got those 3 strands, which I just loved and adored.
Yeah.
In that collection of the strands, we had the rounds, we had the barrels, and we had those nuggets.
Yeah.
It's coming on the bottom of your screen now. Love those little cherries.
Yeah, I thought they look cute as cherries. They work very nicely. And fruit is massive on the high street at the moment. Fruit jewellery, fruit accessories, pineapples, it's everywhere.
Right. Pineapples, watermelons, the whole thing.
Yeah,
stunning collection, and we will take a picture and put it on Facebook. Thank you for today, Jo.
You're welcome.
It's lovely to learn a new skill. When are you on with us next, please?
I'm back on the show on the 12th of August, mid-show. So it's quite a while, but I'm here doing workshops in between. So
we'll keep our eyes peeled for you then. Thank you so much for today, Gem. Thank you at home for joining us. We greatly appreciate it. We will see you again on Monday. Stay tuned for DI.